Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee at the 3rd Street Market Hall.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch.
It's Wilde and Touch, isn't it?
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and so is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tauscher, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. A game stemmed from a little conversation I had with Max Tauscher last night, and I'm going to be very, very curious. I haven't seen the show sheet yet because I'm not at Annex Wealth Management, and their team hasn't printed it off for me yet, but I don't know what time we want to do that, but I am fascinated to test you two on something.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very timely, and I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of failure when we do
Show sheet has it listed at 11:15,
That
so
seems
you have
reasonable.
time to prepare. And
I don't need to prepare.
And then
you
if
guys
it goes
are probably
poorly,
gonna
we only have 2 segments to go
it
till the
will
end
go
of the
poorly,
show. So
and I'm guessing you guys might get a little bit irritated with me, and that's what I like. So it should be good.
So wait, did if I may, did Max have you play it and it went poorly for you?
No. This won't go poorly for me. No. It went poorly for him. And I'm thinking it's going to go very poorly for you two as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
There you
Looking
go.
forward to it. How's your Mother's Day?
sounds fun.
Well, yeah, I think it will be fun. My Mother's Day.
For you?
Well, for Mother's Day was fun. It was great. Went and had a nice morning, and then we ended up, Sarah's big. She's been involved with the Children's Theater here in Madison for a long time, and we went to a show that I normally would have no interest in ever going to. But this was on her docket, and it's been on the new Skylight calendar for quite a while. And I think once both of Eleanor was excited because she had her play this weekend. She kicked Keister.
I heard that. Play.
On Friday, Saturday. So it was kind of more of a theatrical weekend, not as much athletic, which is good. A little balance. But we went and watched Newsies, which I think is a Disney performance. And the kids were awesome. It's a mostly kid-dominant led play. You got the newspaper, little delivery folks.
Back in the salad days of newspapers,
I don't know. It depends on who you're looking for. The salad days for the ownership. I don't know if it was the salad days for the delivery fellas, but it was good. So that was kind of our that was the vast majority of our Sunday was kind of spent doing that, doing a little early dinner and all that good stuff.
So you would agree philosophically that Mother's Day is designed to do whatever mom wants to do. It's
totally
her
agree.
day, right?
Yes, totally agree.
So I am married to a remarkable woman who wants to spend her Mother's Day getting the yard in order for the spring.
Okay.
So we were mulching, we were mowing, we were trimming trees, we were laying grass seed. How would you rate that as a Mother's Day spent?
Yeah, if that's what she wants to do, great.
Yep, exactly. So that's what we did. It was a lot of work, but it was what she wanted. So that's what we do.
So then, do you get full carte blanche to do whatever you want on Father's Day then?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know, because I don't really care about Father's Day.
Well, that's the spirit.
Well, I just don't like.
I said that's the spirit. Great.
You know, I don't want to be. I don't really want to be celebrated. I want to get stuff done too. So I guess
that's the message we need to send out to more Americans is Father's Day. I don't want. Who gives a blank? Well, I don't.
It's
like
not
that.
about you wanting
I
to
don't
celebrate
like that at all,
yourself.
Jason.
It's about your
No,
family
we need
wanting
to be celebrating
celebrate
fatherhood
you.
and being involved and even being completely crazily over-involved. You should celebrate all of that.
Yeah, I got a different view on Father's Day. So we got a lot of work done yesterday.
Good stuff.
Which was nice.
Oh, that's good.
What was your favorite job you did in the yard?
The lawn looks pretty good, I got to say.
Did you go angles or straight lines?
I went straight lines. Looked like a golf course. Early in the season golf course where there's lots of patchy areas that don't quite grow in just yet. So you were doing multiple games yesterday because not only were you and Max inventing this game, but you were stealing the top 5 TV moms game?
Yeah, before we get into that, I wanted to give our old podden a little time. We were driving down. I wanted to watch the end of the Brewers game because if we're just being honest, Brewers-Yankees means more than Brewers-White Sox in August. Like the Yankees series, I've listened to a bunch of the Brewer games on air. Obviously, Jesse and I went down and we watched a portion of a game that they throttled and Woody got hurt and everything else. So last year was as invested as I was as a fan in Brewers in a long time, and it was a great, fun year until it wasn't. This series, my ears were perked. I was perked up. And this series went pretty much as great as you could have hoped for from a Brewer fan standpoint. So I want to give a shout out. We had to leave for the Newsies before the game ended, which is a long game. We saw Jocko the other night giving him grief about these short games. Yesterday won one of them. Hopefully him and his family went down to AmFam Field yesterday because that game took forever. We had to finish about four-ish, almost 3-hour game. Over a 3-hour game. And I tune in 100.5, number one on my dial as we're driving down to the spot where this play was at. And what do I hear? But, Jesse, are you ready? The great Jeff Levering. Let's hear it.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone! Another Mother's Day miracle for the Brewers. Straight away center field. Number 6 for Brice Turang, and it's a walk-off for the crew in the ninth. 4-3, your final score. And the Brewers sweep the Yankees.
So we're watching, and it's tied, and then I didn't even think about it, and I get in the car, I get my Chevy Tahoe from Zimbrick Chevy in Main Street, bam! And it doesn't even, I literally click it on, and boom! Levo, hey, the Brewers win again. Sweep City, USA. I think yesterday was kind of a throwaway. I thought, I never like it when announcers and everybody else is saying, oh, we already won the series. Like, no. Go for throats. Go for the throat. And the Brewers did yesterday.
Like the Athletics did in that June series a few years ago.
And the Brewers didn't get it done that year either. So,
So you just happen to have impeccable timing
It was unbelievable timing, and that's why I thought I'd bring it, because Levo, he's a great friend of the show, and he does a fantastic job along with the rest of the WTM, the radio squad that's on WTMJ, obviously, and then here in Madison, 100.5. It just was so. And the boys on WTMJ this morning were asking, how great that was and how fun this was, and it's great to have these moments. But how much of that matters in the grand scheme of things? And so we ended up getting into the debate that you and I have had over many years on this show about, do you want to win a championship and then stink? And the answer is no, you don't.
Thank you.
We all want championships, but moments like that, they are fleeting, though. We'll forget about this. This was awesome this weekend. If we go I don't even know where we're at next. I'm assuming we're on the road.
Hosting San Diego Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
We get swept by San Diego all of a sudden. But just for that, to beat the Yankees and to kind of shut that whole narrative of can't beat these high payroll teams. At least for this weekend we could, and that part of it just added another layer of fun for my Mother's Day weekend.
Jesse, were you watching or listening to that? Because Tausch obviously lucked out with his timing.
I was watching. We were together with the family for Mother's Day, Becca's side on actual Sunday, and so I was following along and then caught the ultimate walk-off home run, which was just poetry on the 20th
Shades
anniversary.
of Bill Hall.
20th anniversary to the day of Bill Hall's Mother's Day walk-off against the New York Mets, also wearing number 2. Brice Turang repeats it against the New York Yankees. That was amazing. The whole series was awesome. Miz with 11 strikeouts on Friday night, hitting every pitch in the first inning over 102 miles an hour. Nationally, that was being discussed on ESPN radio over the weekend, which is always great to hear the Brewers getting some national attention, especially the Miz being as good as he is. The comeback and the first walk-off of the season on Saturday night, which I was able to catch after we got dinner with my parents.
Where does the Miz fit in the big picture nationally of stars?
He's rising.
Shohei's top. Judge is right there. Dumper? Like, who are the big? Is he a top 5 star in the entire league?
This weekend went a long way for it because last year, there was all the controversy about him becoming an all-star.
Yeah, he
and
shouldn't have been an all-star.
He beat Skeens. He beat Kershaw in that
Skeens
first.
ahead of him.
Yeah, Skeens is ahead of him.
But is Skeens ahead of him without Livy Dunn? I don't think so.
When you do it against the top dogs in baseball, that's when you get to emerge as a superstar. And doing it against the Yankees on Friday and then having the conversation all weekend, like, man, did you see this guy? And then you see all these tweets from, Buster Olney and Jeff Passan and all the national writers.
Joe Passan.
Look at what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
That goes a long way in building your sense of superstardom.
I would say he's top 10 for sure right now. Top 5's probably still a little bit early. But there's bigger baseball minds, obviously. I don't fancy myself a baseball expert like I do NBA. So, R.I.P. to Bobby Cox, too, by the way.
Indeed.
What a legend. I always love when you hear these stories afterwards, and the Bobby Cox stories along with Maddox and every one of those those Bravos. For some of us, we lived with that Bravos team because that was one of the only games you could watch.
TBS.
Yes. 7:05 start.
Well, we'll discuss the Miz and if he's a top 10 player in the majors after we discuss the fact that Gina Della is number 1 when it comes to windows with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And if you've been putting off replacing your windows and or doors, now is the time because Pella of Wisconsin's offering 0 interest financing all the way till 2030. They're all the way. They have a ton of different options as well. In Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit within your budget, and with zero interest options, you get to pick what fits for you. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Pickleball fanatics, grab your paddle and get ready to rally for recess. Join La Causa Charter School for Rally for Recess on May 16th at Premier Pickleball Club. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., players of all skill levels are invited to compete, learn, and give back in a fun, welcoming environment. Grab a partner or sign up solo and enjoy a great day of community and friendly competition. Your participation helps fund safer sports fields, a renovated playground, and a new outdoor classroom. And every donation is matched to maximize impact. Buy your tickets now at lacausa.org and come rally for recess.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey folks, Gabe here. Now we all know baseball's been around a long time, since the 1800s. But you know what's been around even longer? Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. Yeah, that's right. Yuengling started brewing in 1829. That means people were drinking a cold Yuengling before baseball even existed. A great beer that stood the test of time for 197 years. So the next time you're watching the game, reach for a Yuengling Traditional Lager from the oldest brewery in America. Now finally, in your lineup.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis. Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Brice Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. Many lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Call for your free consultation. 262-235-3980. 262-235-3980 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So we'll get to our Mother's Day TV moms list, and then we'll get to Packers. But, Jesse, I'm going to rely on your historical knowledge as the son of a Miller Park usher. I have this bat, which was given away on Mother's Day 2007. It's pink, Louisville Slugger. And this was to celebrate, because you said 20th anniversary. What happened at the 2006 Mother's Day game with Bill Hall? Because you referenced it in your text after this happened yesterday with Turang. He had a walk-off game winner on Mother's Day?
Yeah, it's one of the great moments in my Brewers young fandom.
Did
when
they
I was a
give
kid
away
growing
baseball bats throughout all of, at that point, Miller Park?
I don't remember there being a bat giveaway.
And I remember Bill Hall hitting the home run. I thought, man, it's sweet that these guys are all, and I think the story with Bill Hall, and it was like a really feel-good deal.
So in 2006, and they talked about this on the broadcast yesterday as well. In 2006, not every player wore like all the pink attire like you saw yesterday.
That the ump had the pink mask.
Yeah, everybody they go all out for it now, and they have for several years.
Calls. I mean, it was like Challenge City USA yesterday.
But back in 2006, I think that was actually the first year where they allowed one player on each team to use a pink bat. And then there was fundraising for breast cancer awareness and whatnot going on. And so Bill Hall was the player. A lot of players don't like disrupting their routine. They don't like switching bats and colors, and they don't know if that's going to change how the pitcher approach, whatever. Bill Hall's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Just wait. You think that the players thought that because they had a pink bat, the pitcher would approach them differently?
Brian Anderson and Bill Schroeder talked about it on the broadcast yesterday.
I'm rocking a pink bat, and I think I can blow a fastball by him. Like, what are they?
Players were skeptical to use and switch from what they're. Baseball's crazy.
Listen,
players like their routine.
I get the routine part of this. Trust me, we all are crazy. But I am not thinking, if I'm wearing pink gloves blocking Julius Peppers, I don't think he's probably thinking, I'm going to bull rush the blank out of this blank. I think he's probably looking at film and saying, I'll bull rush this guy. I don't care if he's wearing black gloves, white gloves, pink gloves. You're telling me Turang gets up yesterday and they're like, oh, he's using a pink bat. Oh, that means I can get him with a slider?
No,
what?
Not anymore. I'm saying when they first went to doing this in 2006.
It's a novelty.
No, I understand.
Like,
I'm telling you right now, like, the guys will think, oh, is this bat the same? It's the same circumference and the length and the ounces and all that. Yes. But I don't think Bert Blyleven is pitching against Bill Hall thinking, all right, I'm going to be able to get him with a cutter because he's not using his normal ash bat. Like, I think
is
that's
that who
absurd.
was pitching?
Blyleven was not on the mound for the Mets that day.
I'd be home by 11, Bert.
Yeah. So Bill Hall using the pink bat, being the only player on the team using the pink bat for breast cancer awareness, for fundraising for every hit he would get, whatever, hits the walk-off home run.
Right center, I think, right?
Went over to right field in the bleachers. Yep, happy Mother's Day. Darren Sutton and Bill Schroeder had the call on Brewers TV, and it was awesome. Celebrated for a long time. The Brewers have been the best team.
Since you're going to correct everything I said, it wasn't Brewers TV back in 2006.
Fox Sports Net, Wisconsin. Thank you.
Since we're going to correct each other, that's great. Darren Sutton was the TV guy?
He was.
Is that Don Sutton's brother?
Son.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
That's interesting.
So that was one of the great moments up until the CC Sabathia run, who was also honored this weekend in 2008. That was one of the great moments of my Brewers fandom, was the Bill Hall Mother's Day walk-off home run.
Yeah, I think for Jason and I, it's the Dale Swaim home run back
on
to
Easter.
Keep the 13.
It was very similar to that in how it was celebrated and where it stands in Brewers history. Does it mean anything like significant in the scope of franchise history? Not necessarily.
God, I hope you wrote a note for this. Like, I would love if there's a note. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be.
Got a letter here.
That's a good parallel, though, because it's early in the season. It's not a postseason walk-off home run, but it's got a specialness to it.
So there's kind of going back to the moments compared to winning championships. I got Robin Yount hitting the base hit. I got Juan Nieves throwing the no-hitter with the great catch
by Yount in
Molly
center field.
not getting a bat to go for 40. Like, there are moments that are just, and I think this weekend is one of those.
Jesse's guy, Niger Morgan.
Yeah, you could look at Friday or
yeah.
Sunday. Probably not Saturday, but Friday and or Sunday, I think fits.
Yeah, the Miz, his dominant performance. I mean, last year the 12 wins in a row, and everyone who was there on that afternoon,
wolfing down them burgers
when the Brewers beat the Pirates and clinched the burgers for everybody.
But that was more of a whole two weeks. That wasn't.
It was really like a 5-week stretch if we really
pretty
look
good,
at it.
yeah.
But
yeah, right after you had a conversation.
Niger Morgan is different because that was a playoff clincher. I think Tausch is talking about
playoffs are their own entity to me.
Regular season, just magical moment. Regular season. Bill Hall's walk off. Brice Turang's yesterday. Both certainly qualify.
Another
for
one
that
I put in there is Prince Fielder's in the park home run. That one to me is another. It's not like it's not as if it's like the JFK or the 9/11. It's not something that you'll never forget, but it is something that is memorable.
Can you tell me more about that? I don't remember that.
I think he hit it and they couldn't find the ball. Like they couldn't find where the ball was, and he ended up scoring late. Like it was a lot tighter than it should have been.
I just the one that I remember, and I don't remember the game or the situation, but the one where he gets to home plate and that explosion, the first time where they all go falling down. Now that image I remember.
Humpty Dumpty.
That was against the Giants. I forget what year that was. Yeah.
So they gave away bats. I didn't think they gave away bats anymore. So they gave away bats the next year.
I think they did that, and then I remember thinking this is probably not a great idea.
I don't remember there ever being a bat give. I remember a lot of bobbleheads.
Where did this come from then? Where did I? I think I got it at a thrift store, but still, when did they do this? It says Mother's Day 2007, genuine Louisville Slugger.
Was it the actual bat? Was it like a game used bat?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is Bill Hall's actual bat. No, I think this was some sort of a charitable giveaway or something like that. Well, where did you and Vinny and the boys end up landing?
Well, it's only a 7 or 8 minute segment, so we didn't we couldn't finish the.
Meanwhile, Jamie and Orlando, it means nothing. They swept the Dodgers last year in the regular season, then got destroyed in the playoffs. Thank you, Jamie, for being such a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, Father's Day sucks. That's what Jamie just did right there. He just will-deed this series.
All right, look, I have a much deeper issue with. I don't want to do that as much as this is. Look, the bottom line is that this was a great moment in a season that people should enjoy. And I have always struggled with this crowd that is going to go, if you give me a Super Bowl title every 10 years, I don't mind if we suck for the other 9. I just don't understand that mentality. I never have, and I never will. These types of moments and the journey is fun. And winning games is fun. And yes, you'd like to win the World Series, but come on, man. Like, do you think about how the last 5 games of the Packers season felt last year? And now do that for 17 games for 9 years each year.
But in fairness to Jamie, that is how most media and most fans look at this.
Well, not me.
You are very critical of not winning that second championship and how that. So, for as much as you do chronicle journeys, you also chronicle the missteps and the failures and what that means to overall legacies. That's true.
There's no doubt that the 2014 team losing in Seattle.
That's my point.
Was terrible for those
all those
legacies
great moments leading up to it. You don't remember any of those. You remember the Seattle game.
No, I remember the other ones. That's not fair. But I would say that when you do that, when you have to look at guys and how they're viewed largely by the fan base, right? And the way people feel right now about the Super Bowl drought that the Packers are experiencing, which is roughly half of the Super Bowl drought that, say, the Dallas Cowboys have experienced, that, yes, that is part of the picture. But this idea that you're willing to suffer through 9 years of bad football to be guaranteed a title every 10 years, or if you were to do that in baseball, I mean, think about how bad the Bucks were for years. Like, yeah, I would love to watch a team that wins 15 games if you can give me a title every 10 years. I can't. And you're not, by the way, if we're going to do that, you shouldn't be allowed to tune out. You got to watch every game, just like you would if they were winning all the time. Like, if the Packers go 5-12 this year, is that you're going to be comforted by the fact that you won a title in 2010? I don't get it.
No, but if you won a title in 2023, yeah.
Really, you think so?
Yep.
Because Ted Thompson built a Super Bowl team that you were on, and 2 years later, people were complaining about him again.
People want to complain. But this whole concept, and it's the ring culture. It's both more so in basketball. Baseball is probably the least of the, when you're starting to talk about it. The idea that the narrative being shaped by folks, I'm not going to say you, but well, I'm just trying to be nice because it's 9:30. That when you look at it and say, the Favre storyline. You remember Favre's storyline or 4th and 26? It's 4th and 26. Do you remember, 07, the great comeback against Seattle, or the fact that we lost on a freezing day to Tom Coughlin and Favre throws the pick? Like, let's not try and act like we're above and holier than thou, because it's not. It is more about the postseason, and winning championships is what this is. That's what sports have become. And if you don't do that, you are viewed in a certain way. If you don't believe me, ask Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills or the Minnesota Vikings in the 70s. Like, that's just how it is. There's all these great moments. How many times do you talk about the Bills coming back with a huge win against the Oilers, or do you say Scott Norwood and 4 straight Super Bowl losses? Like, I don't want to try and misrepresent the fact, we love this Yankee story. There's more people like Jamie than people that are saying, all I'm saying is enjoy this weekend. In 2 weeks, nobody's going to – you might remember it as, that was a cute story. That was great that we were able to beat the Yankees. But it's going to come down to what happens in the postseason. That's just the reality, and that's why postseason is so great.
Is it any different for baseball because the playing field isn't level?
I mean, it's fairly obvious to me that the way we view the Brewers compared to the Packers is night and day.
Right, exactly. I couldn't agree with that more. So then a moment like yesterday, does that last longer? Does it have more of a shelf life as compared to the Packers, where they had some games last year that were pretty memorable? But if you ask people what the most memorable games are, it's the 2 Bears games that they lost and they choked up, and probably the Cleveland game in which they lost to a completely inferior opponent after winning back-to-back games against playoff teams from the previous year to open the year in a 5-day span.
Yeah, that was literally the point I was making, is that it's great that we all want to celebrate the great victories, and I think we'd be a much happier fan base if we did. But the reality is, especially if you're talking from the Packers standpoint, there's been a ton of heartbreak, and I think there's more talk of the 2014 collapse, the 4th and maybe not so much all those, but when you're so close and you have the team, than actually celebrating the 2010 team. Like, I don't think it's even close on this show for 10 years. What have we talked about more? The Super Bowl team or the 2014 NFC debacle? It's the debacle, and it's probably a 5X. Who's shaping that's kind of my point. And I know you're excluded from this, but narrative shaping is important. And that is how it is, and that's because the fans look at it from that perspective, because it is playoff. It's playoffs. Legacies are formed through the playoffs. The regular season, Rodgers always used to say
Aaron
that.
Rodgers told us
There
that.
you go.
Exactly. I think the reason why the 14 game matters so much is because of how differently Ted and Big Mike and Aaron Rodgers would be viewed if that is a championship season and you win twice in 5 years, even if they haven't won one since then. But you win that game, you go win the Super Bowl, which, again, there's no guarantee, right? The Seahawks end up losing that Super Bowl, if I recall correctly, on the interception at the goal line by Russell Wilson. But the only reason that one is so prominent to me is because it changes the way Mike McCarthy's probably a Pro Football Hall of Famer whenever he's done now, if they have that second Super Bowl. And we're not looking at him the same way we look at Harbaugh, or worse yet, the way Harbaugh is viewed as a better coach, or the way Peyton is viewed as a better coach because he's got 2, and those guys both have 1.
Yeah, that's literally the kind of the point that I think Jamie was.
No, I'm agreeing with you on your point, but again, Jamie's point about how who cares, doesn't matter anymore because we swept the Dodgers last year. No one is saying that what they did this weekend means they're going to go beat the Yankees in the World Series. All I'm saying is what an enjoyable weekend of baseball, especially since Yankees fans doesn't necessarily hurt to also be able to say, "Oh, I feel so bad for the Yankees. They lost 3 straight." Because they're a charming fan base in and of themselves.
Do you subscribe to the comparison where like every 10 baseball games is 1 NFL game if you do the math on the what used to be a 16-game season over 162, and then therefore it's almost like every series is a quarter of football. Do you subscribe to that comparison? It's not perfect math, but I've heard that before, and I don't dislike it.
I don't. No. I don't.
Because I was wondering, like, what's the Packers comparison to the Brewers sweeping the Yankees with 2 walk-offs and a historic Miz performance in a 3-game set in May?
Yeah, even though the math doesn't compute, I would say one really good, memorable game would be a sweep like this. A really nice regular season win. That's how I would view it.
So, like beating the Bears at Lambeau last year.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All right. That's better than I thought we'd give it, so that's good.
And getting swept by the A's a couple of years ago was like losing to the Browns.
Yeah, good comparison. Yeah.
There is no comparison, though, when it comes to being a UW Credit Union member.
Indeed, and I am a UW Credit Union member, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for you, proudly serving Wisconsin. For over 90 years, they're going to help you reach your financial goals. UW Credit Union's mobile app, I talk about it a lot. It offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. Now that is a smart play from the pocket. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
I gotta go put my bat away. More Wilde Tausch ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen.
Embiid being out is like, okay, Sixers have nothing to lose kind of thing. Do the Knicks take them for granted? Like, oh, we'll be fine. Then Mitchell Robinson's out. Like, we're good to go. And the Knicks never acted that way. And I was just really impressed. I just thought the ability to hold Philly to 12 points in that fourth quarter and just kind of do your job late in this game, Smalls, I was really impressed with the Knicks, and that is a championship caliber win last night. Win the games you're supposed to win and never lose a game like that. And I understand that you could say, well, of course they won, Embiid's out. Yeah, but it was kind of one of these games. It was back and forth, all the lead changes.
25.
Philly tried things with Dominic Barlow playing center and switching on to Brunson, and give Jalen Brunson all the credit in the world. Hit big shot after big shot over Barlow. He does what you're supposed to do as a shooter. Arc. I just was really impressed with the Knicks last night, Smalls.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian. So loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods has a great reputation for producing custom team apparel. We're total team outfitters and we can handle the biggest jobs. Our success in custom team apparel led us into group and corporate apparel. Plus, we have a full selection of promotional products for employee gifts, special events, you name it. And we've made it easy for our customers to firm up their orders. The group sale web stores that we build for our customers are a simple way of gathering all the information you need. They're easy to work, easy to understand, and with them you'll have access to nearly limitless options. We've seen that most times we're better priced than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer. Plus Nike and Under Armour choices that the other guys can't get. And we offer a huge brand selection from Yeti, North Face, and Carhartt too. This is Brian Burkhardt. For team, group, or corporate custom outfitting and promotional products, it's going to be really hard to beat our prices, selection, and ease of buying for any size budget and every size company. And that's why we always say,
you can't beat Burkhardt. Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Two 2-0 here. How about a homer with the pink bat? Let's get out of here. 5-5 game. High fly ball, deep right field. Happy Mother's Day. Gone.
That is Darren Sutton on the call, son of Don Sutton, on the home run by Bill Hall, Mother's Day 2006. Still working on figuring out where this bat came from. I'm very intrigued by the history of this bat from Mother's Day 2007. I'm intrigued by some of the responses in our YouTube comments about this idea, and I know we've had this conversation. It's almost as good as, was it 2016, the first year of the program, where we talked about the Packers run the table with Rodgers' comment and then losing the NFC Championship game in Atlanta with Gooch playing guard and Ladarius Gunter trying to cover Julio Jones. And Tony was like, he was fine. He felt like the season was a failure. That was his argument. Not to be confused with him rooting for the Vikings to win a Super Bowl.
That was the
which
following year, I believe.
Also an odd deal. But, like, we've had this debate about, you know, taking a championship and then sucking for 9 years. And I got a comment from Mark in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. You're not a fan. There you go. Again, if you can convince me, if you are a fan, which most of you are, because there's not a bunch of me's listening to the show, that you really and truly believe that you could survive 9 years of your team being hot garbage because you are comforted by that championship in whatever sport it was that you won, say, 7 years ago, and you still have 2 more years of sucking to go, go ahead. I would love to hear you convince me via the Carbless Talk and text line, 844-770-3776. But I look at Packers fans who are frustrated and sick of just making the playoffs every year or just their postseason failures, but at least the regular season, there's some enjoyment to it.
The reason here's the deal. The reason the 2016 wasn't as painful is because they had the great finish to the regular season, and everybody knew they ran out of gas and they weren't quite good enough.
Tony still called it a failure, though.
I just keep coming back to the 82 Brewers being celebrated the way they are. And when you start thinking about that, all of these other years, yeah, there's been some really great moments, but nobody has gotten over, and championships are what count. That is what people talk about. That's how they're viewed. And fans, how many times have you heard, the old Cubs fans, I just want to be able to see him win a world champ. I'm 102 years old. I just want to see him win a championship. I do think
and now you wish they didn't.
There is something about going through and knowing that you got it done and being able to celebrate that and with pride about how it goes. That is really important to fans. So we can all love moments. I know I do. But there is something to be said about getting over the hump and winning it. That is, I don't know what the number is. I don't know how to frame it, but I'll say there is that finishing that off compared to all the heartbreak. I think fans would be all right if they didn't feel all that heartbreak and they had their championship every decade. If you end up with just one every 10 years, that's a hell of a run. When you start looking historically,
sure,
that means you got 6 to 10 championships. And I think the part with Rodgers was he was so great individually, you just thought he deserved and should have earned 1 or 2 more. And I think we'd have felt great. If he ended up with 2, you feel a whole lot differently than 1, but you still can't take away that 1. And so from a fan standpoint, we want to get over the hump and be able to kind of puff our chests out and say, yeah, we got that done, even though we ended up not being great. The New York Giants, I'm telling you, I think they are fine. They were. Now, going through tough sledding.
Great example.
That's why it's such an interesting debate to be had.
Great example. Really good pull by you. All right, so I've got 2 sides of this debate here. First, on the Carbless Talk and text line from TK in Grafton. I think it's very simple. The fans who say, give me 1 championship followed by 9 years of losing are lying. I agree, TK, because they really won't be able to handle the 9 years of losing. That's exactly my point. Thank you, TK, for doing a better job of articulating it. Now, on the flip side, here's Mike in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. The Bucks could lose every game the rest of my life because I got to experience the glorious championship run in 2021. I hope to live long enough to see the Brewers win the World Series. So, again, the narrative, and I want to be clear, you don't get to tune out during the 9 years. Like, you can't just keep showing up for that 10th year if this is how you really want it. Because think about the narrative with the Bucks. It's been 5 years since that championship.
I think there might be a chance you're going to see people tune out.
I think we already are.
That's kind of a point.
That's what I'm saying. That it's easy. Yeah, I'll check back
but that's life.
In 2031 when they win again.
People are allowed to tune out.
Yeah, they don't have to tune in.
I'm going to say something.
Boy.
Tausch, you don't have to listen to this portion of the show if you don't want to. There are a lot of Badgers fans who have started doing yard work on Saturdays rather than watching games in October and November over the last couple of years because of how that's been going.
Oh, because they want to listen on the radio. That makes actually really good sense.
I said you didn't have to listen.
No, with yard work. It's always great to have something. You don't want to just do yard work.
Varsity
You want to know how
makes
it's
it
all
easy,
going.
I'll tell you that.
But I mean, I've heard that from fans who I know to be lifelong Badger football fans. So there is no obligation, I guess, for a fan to stay with it. If the team is bad, you don't have to watch the Brewers every night. You don't have to watch the Bucks every night.
Not if you're making this deal with the devil to get a championship every 10 years.
I do wonder
you have to
with
suffer through every
the
game.
Marlins packed in their stadium when they were good those 2 championship years.
I do wonder, let's say, and I don't foresee this happening, but let's say the Green Bay Packers go on a run like the 70s and 80s Packers did. Is that stadium still full? Because the tickets aren't going to go down. And I wonder if that is indeed because back then loyalty was more kind of interwoven into society.
You're right.
Now it's not. Now the Packers might be one of the only exceptions to this rule, but I even think they'll get tested because I can recall The year when the Rodgers busts his collarbone and they're eliminating Carolina, and the Minnesota Vikings completely overtook Lambeau Field. Like, it was over 50% purple and white because they were winning the division. I think they wanted to come and stomp, and I think Packer fans were like, I'm going to let these rubes take a bunch of, give us a bunch of money. I'm going to leave it.
Right.
I don't know if we have a 3 or 4 year run like we did in the late 70s, mid 80s.
Like sub 500.
I don't know what happens. There's a lot of folks that still want to come to Lambeau, but are they going to want to come with that expense attached to it?
Mm-hmm.
It isn't as lock stock as we thought back in the old days. I don't know what the answer would be to that.
Does Lambeau Field also have the allure, unlike, say, going to a warm weather place like Packers fans love to do to take over stadiums? Does Lambeau have enough allure that the demand for your secondary market sales of your tickets would work for, let's say,
I do think it would for a lot of
Steelers fans for sure, that kind of team.
But my question is, we're already having to change ticket policies, and Popke joined us a while ago when the team has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if the team isn't? Like, if they're going through what the Bucks, I think, if and when they decide to trade Giannis, Fiserv is not going to be sold out. Like, Fiserv was rocking when it first opened. I went to a couple games this last year. It wasn't rocking.
Oh, you brought
it was
that
the
up,
opposite
yes.
of rocking. Does that ever happen to Lambeau Field? I don't know. I'm going to always bet that it won't. But am I going to be shocked if it does? I won't.
I think this is a really interesting discussion, and I appreciate some of the responses we've gotten already. Jesse, do you have some more on the text line, and you'd like to push back trivia?
If they're 5-12 2 straight years, and they have to bring in an old veteran quarterback just to try to get to 7 or 8 wins, are we filling up the joint?
Great question. Let's put it to the Carbless Talking text line, 844-770-3776, because I would be curious, especially from season ticket holders.
Oh,
yeah,
you lighting some heaters up when you were blowing the yard up this weekend?
It is allergy season.
Oh, it's allergy season.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's
you
really
look
bad.
You're a little stuffy and cranky
I hate this
today.
time of year.
Yeah, you're a little cranky
Everyone
today.
loves Mother's Day to Memorial Day, and I can't stand it because it's just everyone's like, "Oh, it's so nice out. Let's
Who's
go."
everyone?
Everyone who doesn't have allergies.
Okay. Becca, her friends, my friends, everyone wants to, let's go golf. Let's go hang out. Let's eat dinner outside. Pass.
Father's Day sucks.
Dude, would you stop?
What? That's Jesse. It's rubbing off on Jesse. It rubs off on Jesse.
Springtime
now, Jesse,
is the worst.
I don't want to even go outside. It's the pollen. I get it. I don't. Yeah.
How would you, especially if you're a season ticket holder, handle, let's say, 5 sub 500 losing seasons for the Packers?
Let's just say no playoffs for 5 years.
Okay. So
and we don't have. There's no stars. It's the 70s and 80s here now.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talking text line. What are you doing? Because I'd be curious also what the secondary market would bring. Like, do you have enough people that don't go to Packers games that you'd have to be selling them?
Jill, you got all those tickets. What do you guys do? What's your family going to do if we're now sitting here and it's
selling at face value?
It's December, and we're 5-10, and it's the 3rd straight year of this. You're still paying full freight. Are you going?
Someone's going to go.
There's no pollen, though.
Someone.
There's no pollen up there in
Thank you
December.
for making me sound like Pinocchio. Someone would go, but it would probably be treated more like a preseason game where it's like, do you want to take your little cousin to go? Do you want
Channel
to take
3000's coverage is going to be top notch
Yes,
on that.
yes.
Okay.
Do you want to take, you have a friend who wants to go see Lambeau for the first time? Like, it won't be, let's get there, let's tailgate, let's treat this like it's a 325 playoff run type of game. it would be a different vibe, and it would be approached differently by those who have season tickets, I would imagine.
I just want to be a real boy. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Brice Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Homer here with Mike Bruner of Window Nation. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation. How do you want to start about what you think people need to know about Window Nation that you know?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is they need to understand that we're not just a window company. I mean, we handle the install, every other aspect of that. If there's any follow-up service, you're going to have a sales rep or my number on the agreement where you can reach out and get things done very easily. Not that there is much follow-up service, but we're going to come in, kind of walk you through the process start to finish and get the job done right. We have some special ways of installing. Think about push-button cars 20 years ago. There was maybe one or two manufacturers that did it. Now everybody does it, and we are so ahead of the curve in how to properly install the windows. There's something that you're not going to see with every company out there.
Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Let's get to some of your calls. 844-770-3776. Let's start with Patrick in Madison. Patrick, good morning. Thanks for calling in. What do you got?
Two things. First, I've always understood the one championship in 9 years versus sustained success as you got to pick one of the two, right? And everybody not everybody, I actually wouldn't subscribe to this personally, but most people who watch sports are able to tune out for 9 years. So if they're choosing those two worlds, that's the world they'll choose. And Jason, I understand why you don't understand this because you're not a fan and your job necessitates you always paying attention, right? If you, like your daughters, for example, you're a big fan of theirs. You can't disconnect from that. But what sports team are you a fan of where you can try this for yourself?
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're going to make that argument, then I'm sorry, then you have to suffer through the 9 years. Like, that's the deal you're making with the sports devil, right? Yeah, no blank. Yeah, I'll take a championship every 10 years, and the other 9 years I don't have to pay attention? Yeah, sure.
Well,
that sounds great.
Well, but that's what you posed initially, right? You've just retconned it into saying you have to pay attention the entire time.
No, I've said that the whole time.
Like,
you have to pay attention. You are married to watching them. Sorry, you got to suffer through all the crappy baseball or all the crappy football.
Well, I mean, so I would choose the sustained success personally, but it does. Yeah. But it seems to me that 80% of sports fans are allowed to turn off the TV, right? Like you're strawmanning this a little bit because what you're saying is you can't turn off the TV when that world doesn't exist, Jason.
Also,
everyone can turn off the TV.
Patrick,
I like that.
You know what other world doesn't exist? Where you get to make the agreement where you're going to win a Super Bowl or a World Series every 10 years, and you have to sit through 9 losing. Like, that's not – we're straw man. You're putting rules on something that's fictional,
a good nickname
too.
for him. Put Strawman down. That's Strawman Wilde. I like that.
First, you initially just said, which world do you want? One every 10 years and bad, or do you want the sustained success? I want the sustained success, but you then, after that, put the constraint of you have to watch the bad, right? Again, I'm a sustained success person, but you changed the rules after you proposed the question. And
you know that I don't do that.
I've
made this argument for years.
It's like the 86 Mets. The old straw man up there. Stirring that, babe.
Thanks for the call, Patrick. We appreciate it. No, I'm not changing the rules.
And part of why I pose that question is because people will tune out, and people will say the hell with it.
Right. Which makes it much easier to suffer through losing.
We are now, when sports decided to go even bigger business-wise, and they've done a fantastic job of raising prices and revenue and everything else, the Packers are one of the few outliers that loyalty leaves with that. People aren't going to be as engaged and as tuned in than they would have been back in the old days when you really. Now the Packers, I think there's still there's a strong, but they haven't really been tested. They haven't gotten it's easy when you're winning and your game and the games mean a lot. I didn't see a ton of Packer fans heading up to Minneapolis last year with that clunker of a game. I don't know, you were up there, Jason, but when you start looking at all of that, when you've decided to, and the Packers have, don't kid ourselves. The Packers have grown. It used to be, every employee up there. Mm-hmm. The Christmas parties were small. Well, they're monstrous now. They have grown and grown and grown, and they are a big-time, big boy, big girl business operation. And with that, your prices have gone up, all of the other stuff. I'm not sure. Luckily, they haven't been tested. They've tried. Packer fans have answered the bell. At some point, do Packer fans not? I don't know the answer to that. I'm fascinated to find out. I don't want to find out, but I'll be curious what that looks like.
We'll get to Bill in Albuquerque and a few more of our callers at the top of the 10 o'clock hour, which will start in just 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and reboard and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Hey Wisconsin, it's your pal Donald Driver here. For 10 years, I've been working with the Wisconsin DOT to get everyone to wear their seatbelt. And it's working. Nearly 90% of Wisconsin drivers buckle up, which makes me want to say to the ones who don't, come on, man. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going nowhere fast. Buckle up. If you don't, it can cost you money or a lot worse. Click it or ticket, and let's work together to save lives. Take my driving safety quiz at zeroinwisconsin.gov.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian, screaming Sicilian, more.
Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour begins now. We'll get some more of your calls. Jennifer in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. Here's what I think. If people tune out if we stink, then they suck. It means you aren't a true fan. You don't deserve to celebrate a championship. Bandwagoners.
No.
I'll say this, man. The psychology of sports fans is the big reason I love this job. Because everybody has a little different purview on how this goes. And I'm saying right now, I would – who said it, Jen?
Jennifer.
Jennifer in Middleton.
I agree with Jennifer's premise, especially in the old days when it was more community. And now I just – there's a tide. And you see it with – we'll schedule a game on a Wednesday.
I don't know. All boats.
I'm not sure when we're going to have the Saturday game. It might be Saturday, it might be Sunday. Oh, we might do a Monday game. We could flex this. And it has become more transactional. Our love and the community that we are searching for and we want, it's getting more difficult to be on the fan side of it. Like, those are just facts. I'm not saying anything that people don't know.
My problem with Jennifer's thing here, if I may.
Oh, you may.
If there's a Marquette fan who, on a Tuesday night when the snow was blowing this year and they had a home game against Georgetown at Fiserv Forum, that's an example, and they were like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to make it tonight. They can still celebrate a Final Four run or a championship
That's not what
someday.
Jennifer's talking about. She's not talking about going behind snow plows and hoping the roads aren't greasy.
She's saying you have to support the team no matter what through thick and thin. And I'm saying if you're a diehard
no
Marquette
one's saying
fan,
you can just you can't miss a game.
If you've been a diehard Marquette fan who's been there for every step of the way, cheering them on, traveling to the NCAA tournament and the Madison Square Garden for the Big East tournament during all this success, and then they have one down year, and you're like, you know what? I'm out tonight. That's fine. The Brewers in 2015 traded everybody at the deadline, and then the last 2 months of the year, did I watch a lot of the game? No. Does that mean I'm not any more of a Brewers fan than I was before that? No. It just means the team punted. They gave up on the rest of the season. There's some nice players. You tune in now and then. But then you don't have an obligation to sit through it and, I don't know, torture yourself on that kind of stuff.
Torture
yourself. It's okay. Team sucks. We'll try again next year.
I don't think she said one game, though. I think her point is that if you're tuning out for the entire season because the team is bad, you're a fair weather fan, period. Finn. Let's get to a couple more calls.
So if you weren't like me sitting at Camp Randall for that Washington game this year in the pouring
Storm
rain,
that field, baby.
then you're not allowed to celebrate. Like, come on.
Again, you're using one game as an example. Let's get another call in. Let's go to Bill in Albuquerque. Bill, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How you doing?
Thanks. I'm doing well. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, listen, I'm an old guy, so I remember all the when I was a kid, the really good days of the 60s and then the not so good days of the later 70s and 80s. And my observation is times have changed. Like the whole fan-team relationship now I think is really different, and the environment of sports is really different than it used to be. I mean, in those days, you had, limited options. You had your home team. You couldn't just switch around channels to watch a football game on TV, or you get your subscription on your computer or your screen. The streaming wasn't there. There are so many more options available for. I mean, if the Packers are losing 30-10 in the late third quarter, how many people are now probably just switching over to the Chiefs, Denver Broncos game?
Right, a red zone. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think the allegiance is as deep as it used to be, because people are much more cynical now too. Let's face it. Tausch made some good points. It's like, and plus add on top of that, as far as the home games and going to games, the expense of it. You guys have talked about this a lot, about the expense of going, especially to football games. It's like, are you really going to, after the third or fourth year, I'm not so sure. I think after the first or second down year, okay, we'll come back. We've had enough culture now that we can come back with a couple of good free agents, and the star rookie comes in. That's great. We'll bounce right back. But what happens in the third year, the fourth year, or the fifth year? Now you're really eating at the base, and those 20-somethings, 30-somethings, even 40-somethings, I'm paying $1,500 for this. Who needs it? Next, my season tickets, I'm going to sell to somebody, the opposing team. Now, I think you're going to see many more tickets being sold, on the secondary market. Just because, why should I spend that money? I could get that money back. They're going to lose anyway. You can't get into a situation where the fans are looking at the schedule and they see a premium team come up. Well, we're going to lose that game. There's 7 losses here, no problem. If you get into that psychological and emotional cycle, that's hard to come out of, because that's what happened in the 80s. That's what happened, that, we're just going to be a bad team again. Even in the early 70s, after the great 60s decade, there was still everybody remembered the good times. And we just needed the right coach. We just needed the right combination, and we'll be right there dominating again. And now The only good thing now is that, with the big turnovers, just like in college, maybe you can hit on something. But it's a completely different era. It's totally different. You cannot compare the 70s and 80s to what's happening now.
Right. You're right about that. And by the way, the Packers, and thanks for the call, Bill. Look, I don't think that they're on the precipice of a return to those days, but I do think that there are Packers fans that think that this middling of being mediocre and having the 7th seed and losing a playoff game, eventually they've got the wrong people in charge, and eventually they're just going to miss the playoffs altogether, and things are going to go poorly. I think there is a portion of the fan base that feels that way. There's a lot of people that are still frustrated that they didn't move on from Matt LaFleur. Whether you agree with them or disagree with them, I think they're bracing themselves for some disappointing seasons ahead. That's how they see it. I don't necessarily agree, but that's where they're at.
No doubt. And I think the idea of still having the same amount of loyalty to teams and leagues that are showing you that there's more to it, and that's fans used to come in second or third, and I think probably continuing to kind of drip down. I think that is also changing some consumer behavior. Mm-hmm. It's gotten more costly. Players are making all this, and that's partially why you're seeing more interactions with fans, and you add gambling into that and everything else. So it's a different environment. Not saying which one is better or worse. I think if you're looking at it from a more wholesome loyalty standpoint, it was better before. It doesn't mean sports have never been more popular than they are right now. Mm-hmm. And how you go about getting there, you are more transactional in your fandomness. And the leagues have traded that out, and I think they're more than content with that trade out. Now, fans have to just figure out what that looks like to them, because everybody wants to be a part of a winner. Everybody wants the big games that are, everybody's talking about. You want to be there, and when you don't have those, it makes it, you really have to question, is it worth it, both from my own emotional support and also the financial part of it. That's where things have changed, and luckily, from a Packer fan standpoint, you haven't had to deal with that outside of maybe a couple of home games at the end of the year when Rodgers got hurt. Mm-hmm. Other than that, everything has been very meaningful, and so fans are going to stay because they're incredibly interested and entertained by it. It's when you're not. There's going to be, obviously we've seen it with the Bucs here a little bit, and unfortunately I think we'll see more of it until they get things rectified. The Brewers have figured out a way, and this is when Mark Antanasio took a lot of grief last year, and he said, it's my job to entertain and make sure people are coming to the ballpark to see a good team. Not necessarily a world championship team. Mm-hmm. That got everybody up in arms, but you do when you go down. I think it's just what fans are looking for is a really good product and a great entertainment value that they feel like they can get their money's worth out of. And when you're not winning, it gets a lot more difficult to get that equation balanced.
Well said. We'll get to a couple of your calls and a couple of your texts next. Speaking of calls, there's only one call to make if you've been injured in an accident, and that is to Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Or go to the website, and you can start the process right there. Fill in the blanks, send them your information, and they will call you and discuss your case. Gruber-law.com is the website. But what matters most is that they are there for you to make sure you get what you deserve if you've been injured. And hopefully you never have to make the call, but the call to make is one call, that's all. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. Not that's all when it comes to this conversation. We'll put a bow on it with a couple more of your calls and texts next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Watch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. Been on the journey since January, over 3 months, down 26 pounds today. If you're looking for a safe and easy program that will actually help you keep the weight off, this is it. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Legacy? Yingling. 197 years family owned. That's elite. But legends evolve. Meet Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and it actually tastes like beer. Crisp, clean, goes the distance. No regret in a can here. Your beer should keep up with you. Flight's putting up MVP numbers in the light beer game. The other guys on the bench. Wisconsin, level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right, let's get a call in here and a text or two, and then we'll shift gears and we'll circle back to the kicking situation with your Green Bay Packers. Let's go to Cheesehead Bucky. Bucky, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm amazing, thanks. It's not Father's Day, though.
Oh,
what do you got for us?
That's awesome. All right, so I think we have to remember that there's different type of fans. You have your diehard fans that are going to be there, win, lose, or draw. You have your party fans that are going to come to have a good time. And then you have your fair weather fans where, just like, you get a lot of little kids to be fans, if you're winning a lot. Hence why a lot of young kids, like Patriots or kids that, people that are my age tend to be Cowboy fans because there's a lot of winning.
Evan Cohen's of the world. Whoever's winning will jump in their bandwagon. Those type of fans.
Exactly. So, like last year, Tausch, you saw it. So, at the Badger games, mostly the first bowl was full. Now, the upper deck, they wouldn't get everybody there. But as long as you still have hope, as long as and it just comes with sports, any given Sunday, you will get fans in there because of the hope. You will get fans in there to go party. Now, you'll lose your people that only come around when they're winning. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is. But I just think that what the Packers have built over so many years is hope. So it might not always turn out our way, but I don't think that people would just abandon the Packers if they did go, 10 years without a championship.
Bucky.
I mean, missing the playoffs. I mean,
do you think there are fewer of those diehards that would continue? Like, do you think that?
How many diehards under 40 are there?
Right. Is that pie chart shrinking of the number of diehards because there are more younger people who aren't wired the same way? What do you think?
So, I mean, I'm probably guilty to, the circle that I'm in, but most of my friends are diehards, and there's people that are, in their mid-20s that are diehard Packer fans, and they've grown up that way. So, I mean, are there always going to be those casuals and those people that come around when things are good? Yes. But, I mean, the Packers have built such a brand in the state of Wisconsin that I just find it hard that people would just turn it off. I mean, look at the Bears, for example. The Bears aren't very good. Their fans never shut up. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, you're right.
The fans, they never stop because they have hope every offseason that things are going to turn around. Every time they get a quarterback, they think he's the next Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, Bucky, that's one of the great things about the NFL. They sell hope better than anybody. The NFL sells hope. So thanks for the call, Cheesehead. I think it's super interesting to me. There is not a doubt in my mind that the loyalty and diehardness of Packer fans, there is a big difference when you're starting to talk age groups. 50 plus, I would say it's probably 80% diehard.
Mm-hmm.
I am not qualified. Well, I'm qualified, but I don't know what I would say from the kids to 35. I don't know. I just know there's a lot of other stuff, and with all the other things that go on, and it just feels to me that it would be a lot less. I don't know what that number is. Love for Gallup to run a poll on it.
Are the Packers harder to judge, though, because there have not been long enough deserts in winning? Like, would it be let's say, because we bring this up a lot, there was not a 7th seed for the playoffs, that they had not expanded the schedule and expanded the playoffs, and there were still only 16 games, and the Packers would have missed the playoffs each of the last 3 years, which would have meant, by the way, missing them the last 4 years, right? Because in 2022, they lost that home game to the Lions, so had nothing to play for, and missed the playoffs that year as well. If we're sitting here and they've gone through 4 losing seasons, or 4 playoff-less seasons, I should say, I think we're testing this theory on a much higher level.
There's no doubt about that.
And there's a new coach and a new general manager, most likely as well.
Neither of those guys would have jobs. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. And that would be the re-spark of hope. That's why teams and organizations a lot of times do fire people,
right,
is to give that little added juice to the fans.
Jesse, you got a text from Steve-O in SoCal.
Yeah, Steve-O always riles us up a little bit. Steve-O in SoCal texting, it's been 6 or 7 years since the Packers were a true contender. Fans are perfectly content with mediocrity, that word again, and the Packers organization clearly sees no need to go all in for a Super Bowl run.
I don't know. Grabbing Micah Parsons, to me, has to almost keep everybody, that whole concept done, because that is as all-in of a move as I've seen anyone make in the NFL in the last 5 years. So I have a hard time buying that. As far as the mediocrity goes, I know we had a nice spirited debate last week about that. And while I don't disagree with some of the points of the 9-3-1 in Denver, I don't disagree on that. But last time I checked, sports are a win or lose proposition.
Yeah.
There's a scoreboard. And your record tells you, the record says who you are. That's how this works. You don't have to like it, but that's the reality. Otherwise, why keep score? And the Green Bay Packers, with one exception of going down to Dallas and winning a playoff game, we've kind of been the definition of high-end mediocrity. We'd be high-end, but we wouldn't be no better than that, because 7 seed, boop, 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 out, or out. That's as high-end of mediocrity as you're going to get.
That I agree with, for as much as we may have disagreed. So I don't want to test this theory. Like, you give me a hard, we talk about me not being a fan, but it's also, I've never had a cover.
You've done a really good job of saying that, because everybody that has called or texted in continues to bring that up. So you've branded yourself well as non-fan.
That's
guy.
not my job.
Non-fan
to
straw
not be
guy.
that person. But straw man argument guy. But I would say that for me, I have not had to cover, in going into my 31st season, a lot of bad football teams either. Like, I don't know how it feels to cover a team that is perennially 5-12 or 6-11.
The Forest High School track team wasn't great.
Well, yeah, that's because their best athlete was at the University of Wisconsin. But be that as it may, I think that's, and I didn't cover them every week. That might have been tough if they were struggling at each meet and I was there.
No,
the reality, just stop right now.
That one court order. Yeah.
Whoa, Nelly! No, that's not one. All right, we're going to talk about kickers after Tausch tells us about Annex Wealth Management.
Look around our sports landscape, and you're going to see all sorts of teams in transition. Might be the end of an era. A team with a star who wants out, searching, and a new coach. Might be the beginning of something new, where a leader moves on and you have to fill big roles like chancellor or athletic director. Well, maybe it's the unexpected. You think things look pretty good, and then there's some injury. There's a sudden injury, unforeseen diagnosis that leaves you wondering what team you've got around you. Well, we might act like it's unusual, but really it is the norm. If you have kids like I do, there are transitions you see. Kids driving, kids in plays, changing schools, graduations. And then there's things you didn't even see coming. You're not going to avoid change, but planning will help you face them. A good plan actually considers all sorts of possibilities and outcomes, and that's what you get when you plan with Annex. You get a team of really smart people helping you create a plan that's tested against hundreds of possibilities to make sure you can stay on track. So give them a call for all the things you see coming and the things you don't. You need planning that they provide. Give Annex a call or visit annexwealth.com. That's annexwealth.com today and click the Get Started button.
There was a big move on Friday. By the way, there was a lot of news on Friday. Not only was Brandon McManus released, but we found out that the schedule release is going to be this Thursday, and the NFL and their officials reached an agreement on an extension, so we won't have Lance Easley making a comeback. That's a big win. But that all happened on Friday, including the Packers' decision with their kicker. We'll talk about that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow, and now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel, and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At Wisconsin Country Club, you're not just golfing, you're stepping into a 97-year tradition of excellence. The only private course in Milwaukee designed for those who take their game and their connections seriously. No crowded tee times, no distractions, just pristine fairways, elite competition, and conversations that carry far beyond the 18th hole. This is where deals are discussed, where relationships are built, where you belong. Elevate your game at Wisconsin Country Club. Book your private tour today and mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
You know what scared Kathy more than surgery? Giving up her active life, turning down opportunities to do the things she loves.
I found myself saying, no, I don't want to do that because of pain. It was really limiting my activities in every way.
And then came the diagnosis.
You need 2 full knee replacements. I don't have time for a double knee replacement, and I don't like pain, so no.
But that's not how her story ends. She tried something different, QC Kinetics. It was cutting edge, but natural and much easier on her body, with thousands of patient success stories.
I went to QC Kinetics. Within a couple of weeks, I was absolutely pain-free, no pain. I feel fantastic. Too much life to live, and I want to stay in motion as long as I possibly can.
Don't let pain decide what you say yes or no to. Live your best life. They'll make sure of it at QC Kinetics, starting with a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
At Ewald Automotive Group, we don't just see the uniform, we see the people in them. Ewald salutes those who serve and are brave first responders. Thank you for your dedication, sacrifice, and for keeping us safe. As always, service members and their families can benefit from the Ewald Military Advantage Program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. And for every new car sold this month, we'll make a donation to local military and first responder charities. Thank you from Ewald Automotive Group.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So, my Friday, there's a lot of reaction to the Packers moving on from Brandon McManus. A lot of discussion. I talked with Wally and Ashley on the Damn Sports Show. I talked with Jim and Matt and Molly about it on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Where's Wilde?
We'll play that maybe a little later in the week. And then I was with a couple of dads at the track meet on Friday, and we discussed it there too. And Tausch, I understand, and I talked about it on Sunday Karma yesterday as well. I get it. Like, just because Anders
was Sunday Karma on yesterday? I was tuning in at 10:30. I wasn't. I didn't.
It was Craig and Strofe.
Oh, okay.
it was interesting because, and look, again, all people are different people, as that great American orator, not Bob, who's your guy, Bob Ford? No, Bob Moore. Ted Lasso
They moved
said.
Bob Moore's text into, like, I don't know, is this changed for you guys too, or the texts now get moved into different categories?
Yeah, you got to turn that off.
Everything.
It's confusing. I just want everything.
Mine has not done that.
There's like a unread, and then there's a promo, and it's a whole deal. It's a whole scene, man.
It's a scene, man.
We need more content from Jason's group with the dads at the track meets.
I agree.
I think there's a lot that could come from that brain trust.
We had some good
for the
conversations
show.
about
What'd
a
you guys
variety of
talk about?
things. Well, one of the things we talked about is having a rookie kicker with a team you think is capable of
No,
winning
we're
the Super
actually
Bowl.
thinking more non-Packer stuff.
Well, that's not what we're doing right now, though.
Okay.
I think they can cover all of it.
All right.
Some Packers, some life.
Life of a sports parent. Sure, there's plenty to discuss, but I wanted to get to this so we can play trivia on time. Because am I the only one? Because it feels like the bitter taste of Brandon McManus's last performance has overridden
You think the
any
Packers
concerns.
overreacted on this? You think the Packers overreacted and are going to get stung in a playoff next year because they overreacted, put a young kicker in a position that they shouldn't have? They should have kept the veteran. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Well, so, all right, a couple things. One, I was talking about from the fans that I interacted with, including these dads, that he was so bad in the playoff game that they are willing to go back onto the tilt-a-whirl that is having a rookie kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Braden Narveson stunk and was unreliable. Narv dog. And even though Anders Carlson was inconsistent and unreliable.
Anders was I can't believe Jordan and this team have come on like this. They're able to beat Taylor Swift and the Chiefs up on a Sunday night. Oh, my God, and we're stuck with a young kicker. This is not that. And when we this news broke at the end of our show Friday, you said the same thing prior to talking to your buddies at the track meet. So I'm not putting words in your mouth. I asked you, is it going to cost us? And you said, yeah. I said positive, or what was it, awesome or not? You didn't think it was. So
the reason why and again, Trey Smack could be completely different. Look, there are teams that have had rookie kickers that went to Super Bowls. The Eagles did it a couple of years ago. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I am saying is, based on Goody's philosophies, this goes against, not to the degree of having 30-year-olds on the team, but this goes against what he seemingly was telling us. And I go back to 2022. When none of us expected the Packers to be an 8-9 operation. Maybe it had something to do with the quarterback breaking his thumb and playing through it after the injury in London and not being as effective. But they thought they were a Super Bowl contender. So did we, right, Tausch? They had been the number one seed, the most important number one seed in NFL history, and they'd peed down their leg and lost at home to the 49ers. But we didn't expect them to be 8-9 in 2022.
We did
going
not.
Into it.
No, we did not. I also didn't expect him to trade Devontae.
Right.
In fairness.
What did Goody say in February before he traded Devontae? What did he say? When you have a championship caliber team, you need a championship kind of kicker. So we're bringing Mason Crosby
that's a good
back.
Quote. Did you use that in your article?
I did at the time, and I brought it up again in the aftermath of that.
Okay.
So that's what he said in 2022. Then, when you get Brandon McManus midway through the 2024 season, your message is, hey, we needed a veteran kicker. We've done the rookie thing. He also said this, maybe I'm too impatient with specialists.
Ungeduldig. That's German for impatient.
So, well done.
You think the Packers are going to they're going to be in France or nowhere, right? That's kind of the gist of what we got with the new scheduling thing out.
Yeah, I mean, I still think there's a chance of the Munich game against the Lions.
What are you looking at?
We're in the middle of a kicker conversation.
Ed
What are you
Policy
bringing up
said
France for?
Ed Policy said that ain't happening. He said the Lions are protecting it. Yeah. So, Jason, you just brought up, and you had all these great quotes that line up exactly. He's impatient. He's ungeduldig. He's all this stuff. So it tells me
Packers are going to Paris.
So which way does this tell you that the Packers don't think that McManus is a championship kicker, or is this team not a championship caliber team? Because it's one of two things. What did Goody's decision on Friday tell you?
He thinks that they have a better chance with a rookie kicker, despite the inconsistency of past rookie kickers, than he did with having Brandon McManus, who, by the way, as Tausch astutely pointed out, not only did he miss the 3 kicks that he did against the Bears, but after going 20 for 21 on field goal attempts upon his arrival with 2 walk-off game winners in 2024, dude did miss a kick in Philly, too,
He did.
in the playoff game.
Yep.
So in his 2 playoff games, he has missed 4 kicks.
Not great, Bob.
And now he's been kicked to the curb.
Mm-hmm. So if I'm reading you right, you think this is going to come back and bite the Packers in the keister?
I think it could. I don't know enough about Trey Smack and whether he has ice water in his veins or not to kick
Gator
the Mason
blood.
Crosby.
He's got Gator blood.
Yeah, Gatorade. Yeah,
No,
that's where it was
Gator
invented.
blood.
Yeah,
He's got Gator blood.
Well, and
which
Gatorade
is
was
rare.
invented at Florida too, so he's got both. But I don't know if the game comes down to a 52-yarder, like it did in 2016 when Mason Crosby made it not once but twice to beat the Cowboys. I don't know if Trey Smack's got that in him or not. I don't know anything about him.
Okay.
Other than having talked to him once.
All right.
So I know he has a hell of a lot better college numbers than I don't know what Braden Arvison's were, but definitely a hell of a lot better numbers than Anders Carlson had at Auburn. So he's at least got a track record of making a lot of kicks in college. But I don't know, like, I'm still philosophically, and I think there's other people that feel this way too, leery of young, rookie, unproven kickers. A lot of them, it takes them getting bounced around a little bit before they find their footing.
So
And
did you like this move?
I did not.
And your big reason is you don't trust rookies.
Right, which is unfair to him because he's not the same as those other 2 guys.
Okay.
But historically, more often than not, young kickers struggle. Right? I mean, look, we're talking about the Carlsons.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Daniel Carlson.
Yeah,
you brought him up the other day.
He's been very good out in Oakland /
He has.
Vegas. Yeah.
But you know what he wasn't good in?
Minnesota.
Yeah. And their impatient head coach, Mike Zimmer, kicked him to the curb.
He did.
So the Packers aren't going to do that. And I don't think Lucas Havrisik is going to win the job either.
No, he won't.
I think this is Trey Smack's job.
Yep.
And we'll see how he fares. And by the way, the 1997 Green Bay Packers reached the Super Bowl with a rookie kicker. He went into the Packers Hall of Fame alongside
He did.
Boy.
Yeah, and he missed a big kick, I believe, in his rookie season.
Game 2 in Philly, I was there. It was raining. Favre told him, hey, look out, it's slippery. Ryan tells a great story. I think he even mentioned it in his speech, which wasn't as good as yours, but it was good. When he said that was a huge learning lesson for him because he was pretty cocky. He'd beaten out the draft pick. He had made all of his kicks in preseason, and this was a chip shot 28-yarder at Old Veterans Stadium, and he missed it. And it was a good lesson for him. So if you're a Packers fan, it would be great if Trey Smack, if he does get a little big for his britches, has a learning moment like that, and then he has the rest of the kind of season that Ryan Longwell had.
What a great parting gift to McManus, though, to throw him $1 million roster bonus right before you cut him. That's pretty cool
in
for
March,
McManus.
but yeah. Well, what do you make of that? So
cut him in May. It's what is he? Who was up in Green Bay for maybe 2 weeks?
Yeah,
that's not bad. That's not bad work if you can find it.
If
here's how I looked at it, and I said this Friday when it happened, I wasn't shocked when they drafted and gave up picks to get Smack. They wanted him to kick. They were sick and tired of McManus missing postseason kicks. I think there's probably other stuff that was going on, and they just thought, you know what, let's go young. Let's go get here's somebody that we believe can do it, but it is risky. It's a dice roll, and you can't go make money at a casino, Hard Rock Casino Rockford, if you don't throw the dice. So you're either going to sit there and you're going to throw the dice, or you're going to just sit back and hope somebody walks in and gives you a chip. That doesn't happen often, unless you're Jesse with Coach Al. I think he probably threw you a chip or 2. So I don't have a problem with this at all. Could it blow up and be a disaster? But the beautiful thing about that is, even if that does happen, This is not a quarterback or a left tackle. There's 30 guys that'll come in on Tuesday, and you're going to find somebody that can make kicks if this blows up. And ironically enough, it might end up being McManus again. That's how this whole world works.
Is it better to squander $1 million in a roster bonus, or better to squander a 6th-round pick that you traded up to use?
I have been a firm believer I don't want to draft kickers anymore. Now, if Trey Smack becomes the greatest kicker in the history of the Packers, I will eat my words. But the added pressure that it brings, the fact that you gave up other picks in a year you didn't have many picks for a spot that, while I think you needed to upgrade and get more consistent, they must love this kid. They must think he is the cat's meow. I heard him, he kicks a straight ball. That's great.
Cam Acord.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. And now you put your money where your mouth is. I love it, man. I'm glad Cam Acord said that. I'm glad that they went and did this. It's you got to make big moves, man, and the Packers did. We'll see if it's the right move. Just like going and getting Dalla Dame was a big move. It turns out it wasn't the right move, but it was at the time.
Right.
And we can all sit here in our cheap seats sipping down lattes, talking like we know what the hell we're talking about. You got to be out there and put yourself out there. They did. The Packers just did. And I hope it works because I think it's the right move. Now, whether or not it's the right guy, we'll find out.
Last thing on this, so we can play trivia and you can tell us about AmFam. They drafted Anders Carlson largely on the say-so of Rich Bisaccia. Now, Goody did not flat out say that this was because of Cam Acord, but he did say multiple times how much Cam Acord liked Trey Smack. Do you think that special teams coordinators have enough expertise that they should significantly influence the selection of a kicker, or would you rather, I know you said you're against picking them altogether, but would you rather not have special teams coordinators influencing selections?
No, if you're going to hire someone to run your operation, I want them shopping for the groceries, and then if the meal sucks, I'm going to fire them. This isn't hard. This is a beautiful part about the business, man. You're shopping, and if you butcher it and it turns out like it's junk, hey, you ain't gonna be around. Now, if you make a good meal, hey, great job. Hey, we're gonna give you now. You can go get some more prime cuts. We'll let you go over to Hall of Fame beefs and go through the Wagyu selection. All right. So no, if you're gonna empower people and hire them, let them do their job. Goody knows what he's looking for generally, and if there's a huge disagreement, Goody gets the final call on it. But if somebody that you feel like is going to lead your group out of despair and put us into the mediocre, we will be so pleased with Cam Acord. If he's 17th or 18th best special teams next year, he might get a statue. Well, what are you laughing? They're 28th to 32nd for it seems like every year.
Yeah.
You move up 11 spots or 12 spots in anything in the NFL, you should be happy. That's great growth. So, yeah, if Cam Acord wants this kid and is going to put his resume down on it, I'm all in. But if it doesn't work, just like I said with Bisaccia, then there's consequences to your actions. That's the beauty. That's why this is great. Same thing with quarterbacks. Hey, you're going to go bold and go do it? Great. The better work. If it doesn't, somebody else can be doing your job. And there's probably something real nervy about that, but there's also probably something real freeing about it too. But then make sure that you're not. This is where Goody has been fantastic and why I feel good about it. Goody ain't afraid of making a big, bold move and say, this ain't working. Sorry, Cam, this ain't working, man. This is not working. We got to find somebody else because our team is too blank and good to be relying on some inconsistent Gator-blooded kicker. And that's what'll be happening. So I hope old Gator Blood's ready to go because I'm intrigued to watch.
Is this nickname going to stick?
If he's making kicks, it will. If it's not, I don't want it. Then you guys can name them.
Old Gator blood? Is that...
I want
you're
my
implying
kicker
that there's
with Gator
Gatorade
blood.
ice in his veins. Is that what you're going for?
That means you're very well hydrated, and nothing is going to phase you.
Old Gator blood.
You can call him young Gator blood, too. I don't care. Just call him
Even
Gator
though
blood.
he has one of the great names in football, Trey Smack.
I'm sorry. I don't want my kicker talking smack. I don't.
You're going to call him Old Gator blood.
I don't want my kicker talking smack, because you know what happens when kickers talk smack? They get leveled
Double
on
doink.
No, they get leveled on kickoffs.
Smacked.
Yeah.
Smack-a-lack-it.
Smack-a-lack-it. Let's play some trivia.
I'd rather have my kicker not talk a ton and just say every time I line up, I'm burying this blank and kick. If that's what you want to smack talk about, great. But then don't be surprised when somebody on special teams comes and
Gator blood smack. I hope he's insuring carefully with AmFam, but first we're going to play trivia, or I'm going to get a trivia caller. Jesse, Sports Weekend recap?
Indeed, yes. Sports Weekend recap, and there's a bit of a theme to the 3 questions today. Might want to bring your own broom to today's Wilde and Tausch
your own
trivia.
awareness.
Oh, it's
which caller would you like?
Which trivia? Salem?
We are
Salem
going to
witch
be
trials?
We are going to be stopping in Salem to go see the witches when we go out to Boston in a couple of weeks.
Did you ever find your New Hampshire part of this?
We did or Burlington, Vermont is going to be our final stop of the Northeast excursion.
Suck down some syrup.
Will you come back from being around Bostonians and spend the next 3 to 4 programs purely using a Boston accent?
We're going to be out at the MFAM Championship that following week, so I got to see my guy Steve Stricka, Jerry Kelly, and then whoever knows, VJ Singh might be out there.
Oh, you're going out there from
Got a
Memorial
chance.
Day,
Yeah,
huh?
well, we're going to be
Well,
out there.
Tung Chai Chai D.
Tung Chai Chai D going to be out there trying to win a championship this year at TPC Wisconsin. Yeah.
Caller 13, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 13 plays trivia after Tausch tells us about AmFam.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. I've been around this game for a long time, and I'll tell you, having the right people in your corner makes all the difference. That's what you get with American Family. Local agents who understand what you've built and who help you protect it with the right home and auto coverage, all at the right price. So when life throws something your way, you're going to be ready to handle it. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
If your ride's out of warranty and something big breaks, it could cost you thousands. Ludacris here. Let me put you on to the auto protection I trust, Endurance. With Endurance, you could never have to pay out of pocket for covered car repairs again. I'm talking about the pricey stuff: drivetrain, transmission, electrical, AC, plus lots more. You pick the certified mechanic and Endurance pays them directly. No middlemen, no runaround. If your car is under 20 years old, you're covered with unlimited miles. Plus added benefits like 24/7 roadside assistance and towing. And your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Listen, saving money is the same as making money. So who's gonna cover your next breakdown? You or Endurance? Right now, pick the plan that's right for you and get a full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee.
For your fast free quote, call 800-299-9582. 800-299-9582. 800-299-9582.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
Need a quick, delicious way to fuel your day? Try one of our new protein power plays from Cousin Subs. Power ham, power turkey, power club, power tuna. 4 craveable 5-inch subs on freshly baked Italian bread. Packed with protein, up to 33 grams. All for just $7.99 for a limited time. It's the flavor you love with the fuel you need. Grab a protein power play in store, online, or on the Cousin Subs app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Ever notice how wine enthusiasts often speak a completely different language? And while that language may technically be English, to most people it's anything but. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we stock over 8,000 varieties of wine and speak many dialects of wine English to help everyone, from the wine novice to the master sommelier. So if you need an expert recommendation for wine, or maybe you know what you want and simply need help locating it, our experienced staff has got your back. No matter the budget, occasion, or your level of wine expertise, Discount Liquor will make you feel at home. Discount Liquor, unmatched selection, everyday low prices, a helpful staff, and 2 convenient locations. In Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine.
Discount Liquor.
All across Wisconsin, destination marketing organizations are working to ensure that tourism in our state and your local community is stronger than ever. Their work to drive visitation and enhance the visitor experience not only encourages travelers to discover our great state, it bolsters the economy, supports jobs, and it improves the quality of life for all Wisconsin residents. To learn more about what these great organizations are doing, visit destinationswisconsin.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So spirited debate in the YouTube comments. We'll circle back to some of that a little bit later in the program because it's time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Let's welcome in our contestant. He is Kurt in Monroe. Kurt, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Do you know Jeff in Monroe? You ever do your taxes?
You've asked me that before.
I know.
If I had to, does taxes?
He did. I think he's retired now. He could do yours, though, if you're looking for somebody.
Is he a lawyer?
I think he's just an accountant.
Why, something come up?
No, not yet.
Wait a minute.
Why
are you looking for a lawyer, Kurt?
It's a great question.
I said not yet.
Oh, that's fair.
Whoa, Nelly!
Then I started wondering, did you used to live in Cambria? No, you didn't. Okay.
Hey,
yeah.
now.
Whoa, Nelly!
All right.
That's Monday.
I knew I'd ask Kurt that. I knew I'd ask Kurt that once before. Now I'm kind of glad I did. Let me know what kind of legal representation you're seeking. I've got a couple of friends in the business. All right, here we go.
Yeah, me too.
That was fun. Let's try and have some fun with our answers now. Okay. The sports weekend recap question number 1 is this. Only one NBA team was able to complete a series sweep in the second round of the NBA playoffs over the weekend. Which team was it? Was it the New York Knickerbockers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, or the Philadelphia 70 Swifters?
Knickerbockers.
Indeed. They swept the Swiffers.
Now, in fairness, you didn't say which side of the sweep that was, because Philadelphia helped getting swept.
If you, NBA enthusiast Mark Tauscher, would like to say that the Philadelphia 76ers
They also completed part of
a
it.
series sweep
Were
by
they not
losing
part of it?
4 bad games to the
Yeah.
Knicks.
I agree with your
Philadelphia
answer, but
was
I'm saying it's a little Philadelphia and B. They got some big decisions to make. That's a hot mess over there too. All right. Only one NHL team was able to complete a series sweep in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs over the weekend. Which team was it? Was it the Vegas Golden Knights, the Carolina Hurricanes, or the Colorado Avalanche?
Carolina.
You know it. It's all because they have those great skate mugs. Like, I'm convinced the skate mugs have propelled them forward. If you haven't seen it, the beer mugs made of hockey skates. It's awesome.
It's got to help.
No, it doesn't hurt.
You're in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, right?
Where did you want me to be?
Well, the fact that you read a trivia question off a sheet of paper led me to wonder if you might have been in the Annex Wealth Management.
Now, sometimes,
because usually
here's
you don't
the deal.
have
You got
things
to
that you
prod
need.
gel a little bit. Sometimes you got to prod him.
Okay.
And he
That's great.
proudly brought this in. Did a great job. Jess, you're doing a great job
Kurt,
today.
you're 2 for 2. Let's get all 3 here. Only 2 Major League Baseball teams besides the Brewers completed a series sweep last week. One was the Tampa Bay Rays. Which NL Central team was the other to complete a sweep? And by the way, we're saying
Chicago
that they
Cubs.
won.
Give him that's a great start to the week. What a killer.
I'll tell you what, Kurt may have some legal entanglements, but he's crushing trivia.
I'll let you know.
All right, keep us posted. In the meantime,
I don't think you should. If I was an attorney, I would advise you not to.
that was fun. And we're just having fun, Jesse. Just have some fun. Kurt, you got all 3. That means you got 4 entries into Friday's drawing to win all the great prizes that we have from Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Love the show.
That
love
was
you guys.
really fun. That was a fun trivia right there. A couple of jokes about legalese and everything else. That was awesome. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour and try and keep that momentum going in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Brice Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now, and we're going to cover a couple of things that were generated by old T, not Chat GPT. We'll get to the game that we're going to stink at.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. I mean, you guys could actually blow my mind and just kick Keister. It would be great. I don't think you will, but I hope you do.
So will we benefit from low expectations?
Oh, the expectations are super low.
Do Jason and I play as a team?
No, I want you competing.
Oh, boy.
I want to see you guys compete. And we're going to see. This is going to be very similar to, remember when we used to do the, what was the old game show where we'd go over-under and you'd pick what number?
What game was that?
All right, cool story.
I don't know what game show that was.
Great stuff. I was hoping you could help finish the sentence, but I should have known better. It was Duluth Trading Company, and we would put like an over hot seat under.
Yeah.
And you get, but yeah, thanks for helping.
But we just, yeah.
That was really fun, and that's what we're going to try to recreate.
Okay, great.
So it's not really an original game. What was original was Tausch sent us power rankings of the greatest TV moms.
I did, yeah. It was Mother's Day, yesterday, as you know, as you were out there working hard in the.
I was
digging ditches and doing Lord knows what else.
Seeding. Jesse, I'm told that you have actually put together graphics of our power rankings.
I have. We got ahead of it. Tausch sent us this yesterday, so we had plenty of time. I recruited a little help from a little friend.
Say hello to your little friend.
And we have curated our power rankings of the top 5 TV moms of all time. Tausch, you get to unveil your list first.
Okay, so this, the list that came out was, I thought, interesting. And one of the things I kind of learned about this, it used to be a lot more prevalent in society where TV moms were really taking over. Now, tell me the last great TV mom in the last 20 years of TV. From 05 on, I can't find any. Do you guys have any?
What about, I have someone from Modern Family on my list.
Yeah, I've got a few on my list.
All right, I don't. And part of it is I don't watch regular TV anymore. I haven't done that for...
Landman. Is there a good mom on Landman?
Oh, there's a good mom. I'll tell you that. I don't know how great of a mom. She did a bunch of stuff at the old folks' home. Matter of fact, if I knew her name, I'd put it on there, but I don't. She's Allie Larder in real life. Yeah, it's a good show, as I've told you. I have not seen it. All right. So I'm going to start at the bottom of my list.
Yeah, that's how power rankings work.
Is that how they work? Thank you, Jason, for filling me in on that. Oh, you put it up already. I was going to make a few adjustments.
Well, not everyone's watching it on television.
You got distracted, so I thought I'd move you along a little bit.
That's very nice of you. Carol Brady, to mesh all of that in, and then also have the maid who was with the butcher. Like, to mesh all those cats, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes for anybody that's watched those biographies where there's mingling and intermingling of the two families. What a mess. Carol Brady, I thought, carried herself with great grace. I thought she deserves to be on this list. That's now in the 70s that show was on, just for reference.
Not to be confused with that 70s show.
Correct. All right, put my list back up so I know where I'm at. I did not know her name, but I was a big fan. I thought Dougie Heffernan, obviously, Doug and I looked very similar. We, both did great with marrying women that were much better looking than I think maybe people thought. But Janet Heffernan, which I didn't know her first name. I'm going to check. Jesse, I believe, fact-check that.
I Googled it, and that's what it told me.
She was an understanding mom, and she went, one of the episodes, she played poker and won money for her son. I just thought she carried her son. I was a big fan of how Janet Heffernan loved her son, probably coddled him a little bit much. Great TV mom.
Actress? Who's the actress?
Don't know. Okay. Jill Taylor of Home Improvement. We brought up Wilson the other day. That got me thinking. She carried herself. She had a husband that was a little outrageous, said some crazy things, did crazy stuff, had smoking chicks on his show, and she never bothered her. She raised those 3 boys. The one turned out he's got all kinds of stuff going on. What was her name again, Jesse? Why do you keep pulling it down? Leave the list up so I can read it.
Well, I want to see your facial
Jill
expression.
Taylor, which I don't know, again, that's her first name, but Tim the Toolman Taylor's wife crushed it. I had my second on the list. This young lady carried herself just with poise. She had a lot of things going on.
Wish I could show everyone your sheepish grin right now.
She was on 90210, but she had Minnesota nice about her because she's from the Minneapolis area. Gets thrown into Hollywood, dealing with all these crazy personalities. Became friends with Nat Pasiccio, and I think she took a lot of the Pasiccio effect. Dealing with twins. Dylan McKay. She basically helped raise Dylan.
He needed it.
Judy, I believe her name was. Judy Walsh, because Jesse was too lazy to look up what her first name was. Judy Walsh, I thought, great TV mom.
You sent it as Mrs. Walsh.
I know. I think her name was Judy, but that could be a different.
Doug Heffernan's mom was my personal favorite.
Well, I didn't know her name.
Exactly.
So lastly, this I don't think is up for debate. You say what you want about her husband on the show. Obviously, has done a lot of stuff that is reprehensible. But from a mother standpoint in the 80s, and you again talk about Theo, who was crazy. He brought out all kinds of things.
R.I.P.
Theo Huxtable died?
Yeah, he died
I didn't know that.
Drowning accident.
R.I.P. to Theo, indeed. Claire Huxtable, and she is the GOAT of TV moms. And I'm not sure anyone else is close. There's my list.
I don't think we have a single person in common. Is that right?
I wanted to put Aunt B from the Andy Griffith Show, but I don't think she was anybody's mom.
It's an aunt.
So I couldn't put it down
We'll
there.
do aunts next week.
There ain't nobody beating Aunt B.
What about Aunt Viv, who became a different actress?
Oh, there you go. There's a lot of ants in the mix. All right, maybe I misspoke.
All right, here we go. Churio.
Would you like your list on screen, or would you like to unveil
I
it?
can't believe I missed out on Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think part of it is because they got rid of her.
Well, they
now
just
there's
swapped
2
her
Aunt
out.
Vivs.
Yeah, right, exactly. At number 5 on my list, this is still Tausch's list if you're watching on YouTube. Elise Keaton, Family Ties, played by Meredith Baxter Burney. Number 4, see, all these are, it's amazing that we could come up with 10 different moms. And I cannot believe that my number 1 was nowhere on your list, given how often you talk about the show. Number 4, Claire Dunphy of Modern Family. Number 3.
What's her actress's name? I just want to piece together, because I've never watched Modern Family, even though I heard it's really good.
It is really good.
I'll get it.
She was, and by the way, she was really good on a show called Ed. Her name is Julie Bowen.
Oh, I'm thinking of Al Bundy's wife. That's not the mom in the show?
No. But she's certainly on a lot of lists, because after we compiled ours, Katie Siegel is the actress that
Oh,
played
no. I'm talking Al
Bundy's
Bundy's on Modern Family's wife.
Oh. But he's not...
She should probably be on that list.
Is she... Yeah. Maybe that was an oversight by me. Back to my list. Lorelai Gilmore from the Gilmore Girls. Single mom. Not an easy gig.
Yeah, I should have put more single moms on there.
Number 2, who I think is the GOAT. I just put her second because I always had a thing for my number 1.
So she's the GOAT, but she didn't even make your number 1?
Yeah, because
Jordan is the GOAT. He's 4 on my list.
Well, I will explain why. I was always... Marion Cunningham of Happy Days is number 2 on my list, but I do believe her to be the GOAT of all-time TV moms. And I think she would rank ahead of Maggie Seaver of Growing Pains. But Maggie Seaver, I love me some Joanna Kearns. So I put her higher, but I don't think she probably deserved it. It's just my list, not a comprehensive who's the GOAT list. So I have Growing Pains Maggie Seaver, as played by Joanna Kearns, as my number 1 TV mom. Jesse,
solid
do you
list.
have 5
Solid
different ones
list
too?
I made a list too. I based it a lot. Like, I didn't watch the same shows you guys watched.
Right, so I'm hoping.
That's the
Can we have
beauty of this.
15 different moms?
One is exactly the same as what's on your list, and my other 4 are very different. I can tell you, because I don't know what's our criteria for being a great TV mom. Because I like characters that are compelling and that take over when they're on screen.
Attractive.
Like the show, like gets upped. Like they're big time show impact. They're stealing the screen, one could say. So my list includes a couple of controversial ones. Tausch is familiar with the show Ozark. I'm going with the mom, Wendy Bird from Ozark at number 5. She's a terrible character in the show. I can't stand her.
How is she a good mom?
She takes over the screen. She's an incredible, compelling character.
That's not what
She's
this is. It's
strong.
Who would you want mothering your kids?
She moves with Marty and the kids
You
to
don't
the
want
Ozarks
Wendy
to
Bride
keep
anywhere
everyone
near
alive.
your kids.
Yeah, handling all the bad
you got a
people in the
grandma
show.
on
Yeah,
there?
Mike Ross's
That's not
grandma
even a mom.
from Suits is number 4.
She's somebody else's mom. She's not even a mom on the show. She's a grandma.
The show Suits is fantastic, and
Well,
Mike Ross's grandma is pretty great.
You just got a thing for what's her face.
Lorelai
The queen,
Gilmore.
the wannabe queen.
Rory stinks, so Lorelai puts up with a lot in Gilmore Girls.
Who's Rory?
The daughter. She's
Okay.
terrible. Lorelai Gilmore makes the show. Lorelai's number 3, same as Jason. Marge Simpson, number 2. Marge.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing cartoon
The
characters.
iconic tall blue hair. Oh, homie. I haven't watched The Simpsons in more than a decade, but Marge Simpson, fantastic. And then from my favorite TV show of all time, The Blacklist, Katerina Rostova, secret agent number 1.
There is no one else on the planet who is doing a list of 5 best TV moms, putting Katerina Rostova from The Blacklist at number 1.
I'll say this, if you know, you know. If you watched all 8 or 10 seasons of The Blacklist, you know Katerina Rostova belongs at number 1 on the list of best moms.
Your whole theory on not watching a TV show when you're walking, I missed some stuff on Homeland.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. By the way, Becca and I have been watching Homeland.
It's so good.
It's really good.
I'm only in season 1 yet, so
you got
So
ways to go,
listening
pal.
to a TV show doesn't work.
well,
We're
you
into
have to.
season
There's
2.
times it works, and then there's times you have to back it up to review what actually you saw on the screen.
Okay, but you're not. Are you still walking with the TV show?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
making sure you're not looking down when you're crossing the street, stuff like that?
Correct.
Like, please be careful.
Safety
out there.
first. Safety
yes,
first.
thank you. Homeland is what this is called.
Yeah, it's
Good show.
It's pretty dang good.
Just wait till season 2. It gets better.
All right.
But this show's old, right?
Yeah, it started in, I think, 2011. There's
But
some
you two
actors
are
in it.
I don't know if there's
now.
any moms. There's a mom in there.
There is a mom in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could surge up into my
She had
power
some-
rankings
she
by
had
the time
some
we get to
stuff
season
going
8.
on when old boy was gone
Yeah.
for those 8 years.
Where did this originally air? Because it's on Netflix now.
Showtime, I think it was, because there's some There's some stuff you can get away with on Showtime that you couldn't get away with on regular TV in 2011 or now.
For those of you like me that are unfamiliar with this program, it stars Claire Danes, and the description: a bipolar CIA case officer conducts covert operations to protect her nation from terrorist acts. Tune in on Netflix. Okay. So we managed to have one overlapping mom across 15 selections. And it's
we
you
all
and
missed on Aunt Viv.
Yeah.
We all missed on Aunt
Again,
Viv.
Jennifer in Middleton in the YouTube comments pointing out that she would like to have either our own list of aunts or aunts be included in the rankings because she is a, quote, super aunt, not a mom.
Okay.
So she'd like to be included.
Yeah, Aunt Viv should have been on the
aunts.
list. Like if I could, and I know we graphicized this already, so I can't, Aunt Viv would make my list.
What's done is done.
Yeah, what's done is done.
What's also done is that Associated Bank has done a great job of making your Brewers checking account even more valuable with all kinds of great perks. 20% off the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets for Brewers checking account customers. That express entry, you can tailgate longer. You can come into the park a little bit later because you're not going to have to stand in a line because you've got express entry at the Associated Bank entrance of AmFam Field. You get pre-sale access to concerts and other events, non-baseball events at American Family Field, and then you get to save both on the Brewers Baseball Academy registration and registering for the Brewers Community Foundation's 5K and 10K famous racing sausages, runs, and walks at AmFam Field. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. All right, we're going to play a game. We're apparently going to suck at it, and Tausch can't wait. That's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Cardless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Cardless talk and text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at GreatMidwestBank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
The Crew take on the Dodgers Friday, May 22nd through Sunday the 24th. Join Boy Band Night on Friday the 22nd, presented by Wintrust. Grab a theme night ticket for a Brew Crew Boys t-shirt and stay for post-game fireworks presented by T-Mobile. Then on Saturday, the first 25,000 fans collect a patriotic Brewers hat. Close it out with Family Sunday fun as the first 5,000 kids 14 and under get a Brewers pennant on the 24th, courtesy of Joy. Grab your seats at Brewers.com.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Golf with the Greats this June 5th and 6th at the Lombardi Golf Classic. This is your chance to golf alongside sports stars like Jared Aberderis, Brandon Jennings, Jonathan Lucroy, and Derek Watt, while supporting cancer research and treatment through the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. Each foursome golfs a Friday practice round and enjoys the golf gala that evening, then competes in the 18-hole tournament on Saturday with a celebrity partner. Learn more and sign up at lombardifoundation.org. That's lombardifoundation.org.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Like the 1990s Chicago Bulls would say in their huddle, since I have no idea what I'm walking into here, all I'll say is this. What time is it? Game time. Woo! Tausch, I turn it over to you.
All right, fellas. So we were discussing, Max and I, yesterday a little bit about different sports, and we got into a fun little conversation, and it made me ponder. We do this for a living. How many coaches in the NBA?
Oh, no.
He couldn't name the defending world champion coach. And I could name him, but it was a funky name. So I thought, you know what? You boys are always throwing questions at me, and it's always fun. I always enjoy it. I want to see. I set his number at 9 current coaches. He failed. Then we set NFL at 20, and he blew through it. So it just was an interesting dynamic. So we're going to do this every once in a while. This isn't going to be a regular bit, but there'll be times that I'll have a conversation, and I'll think, I'm going to test the boys. You two, in this case, are the boys. So over-undy is what we used to call it. Thank you, Jesse, for not helping me at all, even though it's been 7 or 8 years since we did it.
That's not the game show we modeled it after. I still can't remember what that was.
No, it was name that tune. We'd name how many coaches you could say. What I'm going to do is just say simply, because we're not doing that with Jason because he doesn't play. He just sits on the sideline. So we're forcing him to play. Name that coach. Combined, you guys are going to alternate.
Okay.
I think you guys can get to 10.
Okay.
Do we think that now they have to be current coaches?
Okay.
Do you think you guys can get to 10? Or do you think you can go higher?
I think we can get
No
I
computer,
think we can get to
Jesse.
10.
Don't be looking. I see you.
I'm adding music for your game. Calm down.
Don't get mad at me. All right, Jason, you're going to start. We will alternate. The over-under is going to be 10.5.
Okay.
Can you boys get there?
I think I can.
Gel? Oh, you think you can solo?
No, I think I can.
Oh, between the two of us, I think we can get over 10.5.
So is that too low? Because I don't know.
No, I think
in fairness to Max, he didn't have a duo working together. If
He
you'd
did
given
not,
him
and
somebody
he
else to
didn't have-
work with.
Okay, so Jason, go ahead and start it
All
up.
right, Mark Daigneault. That's the coach of the Thunder.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
I hope so.
I will give that to you. It seems more French to me, but we'll give that to you, okay?
I think that's how you pronounce his name.
J.J. Redick.
Yes, that was one that one Max got. Yep.
Okay. Mike Brown, the coach of the Knicks.
Nailed it. Oh, you guys are going to flow through this.
Do I get to say Taylor Jenkins, the coach of the
he's
Milwaukee
the current head
Bucks?
coach, yes.
All right.
The coach of my team that I'm rooting for in the NBA playoffs, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chris Finch.
Correct. Yeah, you guys are going to blow through this.
No, I'm starting to struggle now. Eric Spoelstra of the Miami
Nice.
Heat.
Yeah!
Nice.
Rick Carlisle of the Indiana Pacers. Is he still the coach there?
He is. That's a sleepy one. So what is that, 7? We're at 7.
We're up to 7. I watched the Spurs Timberwolves game last night, and they mentioned the Spurs coach's name several times, but I think it's last name Johnson.
Last name Johnson.
I will give it to you. His last name is Johnson.
Can I guess the first name knowing
It's not Avery.
Is it Chris Johnson?
Okay, we have to pull that back off.
No!
You're stuck at 7.
No!
It's like when I give you a putt, you have to take
I
it.
said
You
his
don't go,
last name Johnson.
I gave it to you, and then you kept going. So no, if you do that on Jeopardy, you get it. You tried to be arrogant.
Yeah, that's why I made sure you said you gave it to me.
No, I
Yeah,
just pulled
true.
it back. I pulled it back. You're at 7. All right, Jason.
Well, Steve Kerr re-upped with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, it's dicey. I don't
No.
think it's
No,
been
he
official.
tweeted
I know
over
he
the
did.
weekend he good.
I know he
Yep.
did. I don't know if it's official. We're gonna give it to you.
Well, he's the current coach and apparently the soon-to-be once again coach.
Sounds like ESPN made a big offer to him, and he was kind of weighing his options. All right, we're at
Okay.
8. 2 to go. You need 3 to win. Jesse, once you're wrong, we should pull it from you, but I'm not going to because I want you guys to get 11.
Well, I don't think the Chicago Bulls have named a new coach since Billy Donovan has been rumored to be getting
Billy
other
Donovan
jobs.
does not count. He is not the coach.
All right, I have at least 2 in my hip pocket, so get me one.
If you're not going to give me Billy Donovan, I have one other one I can
Go
give
for
you.
it.
Joe Mazzulla
Yes.
of the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure of this, even though they traded away their best player for a bag of peanuts. Isn't Jason Kidd still the coach of the Dallas Mavericks?
That is correct. You're at 10. Jesse, to win.
I have one, Jesse, when you fail to come up with one.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay.
The guy who used to be the head coach of the Celtics, he's now the head coach of the Houston Rockets.
You're right, but you don't know his name.
And I cannot.
It's a fun name.
It is. And I, off the top of my head right now, cannot remember.
Max got this one.
What
This was
his
one
name
of his
is.
8.
He's a good coach.
Yeah, he does a nice
He had
job.
a couple of issues in Boston.
He did.
And took a couple of years off.
That's a weird story, and we don't know anything about those issues.
Very weird. Yeah.
We can't get enough of Rabel. Like, we've heard every blanking thing about
That's
Rabel, but we don't know
that's
anything
a great
about
point.
this guy.
Nick Nurse of the Philadelphia 76ers.
That's not. Wait a minute. You were trying to get
Well
a
done.
Ime Aduka.
Ime Udoka.
Udoka.
There you go.
Udoka.
That's impressive. You guys got more than I thought.
Oh, I still got some left.
See, that was good. You guys are smarter than a freshman.
J.B. Bickerstaff was the one that I still had in my pocket.
Oh, yeah. Good coaches here. Pistons.
So we outperformed.
Yeah, you guys did good.
We're like the Brewers. Low expectations.
You
It's
guys
like
done
we won the
good.
World Series.
Well done, boys.
How many did you know them all, or did you have to?
No, I would have struggled.
You're an NBA guy, though.
Yeah, but I'm a big picture NBA guy, not a micro guy. I would have gotten. I think I maybe would have gotten to 14 or 15. I'd probably gotten half.
Who's the Cavaliers coach that the Bucks should have
Kenny
hired?
Atkinson.
Yeah.
I had him. Yep.
And there's some other names here, like the Brooklyn Nets. I bet nobody knows that. I don't think Brooklyn Nets fans know that.
I don't think I can tell you.
Jordy Fernandez?
I couldn't tell you a player on the Brooklyn
Quinn
Nets.
Snyder is the Hawks.
Yeah,
I would have that one.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Who's
Charles
the guy?
Lee with the
That's
Hornets?
all right.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So
I played
don't
wide.
know
He
who
played wideout. He was part of my draft class.
Right.
in
I don't know who he
2000.
coaches, but I knew Charles Lee from your draft class, and because in Hamilton, he promotes Charles Lee, and then he blanks the bed.
If you can name the Toronto Raptors head coach,
no idea.
Darko Rajakovic, or the Wizards, Brian Keefe.
I don't know who that is.
Like, what are we?
What?
Yeah, there's some names here that you could give me. The Grizzlies. Tell me the Grizzlies coach.
Well, it used to be Taylor Jenkins until they fired him. Yeah.
Phoenix Suns. Jordan Ott, not to be confirmed with Gary Ott, who was a great lefty for the Auburndale Apaches back in the 80s.
Paul Ott Caruth.
And then Utah's got Will Hardy. Like there's 10 or 12 names that I have never heard of in my life that are coaching in the NBA. You guys got it. We should have went a little higher. You guys are sports radio experts, 10 years in the business.
So what was Johnson's first name?
Mitch Johnson.
Oh, Mitch Johnson.
Son of a Mitch.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
I thought you guys would like that.
Yeah. I'm glad that we outkicked our coverage on that, though, with your low expectations for us.
Please do not do NHL coaches.
No, I'm not going to waste everybody's time.
I got one.
Quinville.
Yeah, that's the one I had. Watched the Ducks last night. Nice win.
Okay.
Didn't somebody fire
there's
their...
got to be a hole coaching somebody.
Which team fired their coach and then they went on a winning streak with the guy that Anyway.
Chiefs Tortellini?
Tortellini. Look, we somehow beat the odds. But you don't have to go to Potawatomi Casino Hotel to beat the odds. You can just go to do all the other fun stuff that's there as well. You don't have to board a plane or hop on a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the hotel stay. More than nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And not only can you get room service, but you're also steps away from everything happening inside. If you don't want to get room service, you want to go down to the different restaurants, there's so many of them to choose from. Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rock and Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, and, of course, the Marketplace. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Elite play, luxury stay, bet on flavor at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Some nights, you don't want a 4-course meal, you want a martini and maybe some fries. Girl Dinner at the Bar at St. Kate the Arts Hotel gets it. Every day from 4 until close, pull up a stool and enjoy a crisp Caesar salad, golden French fries with garlic aioli and ketchup, and one of St. Kate's signature martinis. Your call. No reservations required. You can learn more at stkatearts.com, stkatearts.com.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra's Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Spanky's in Waterford on Saturday, May 16th, starting at 11 a.m. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's North Shore, Elbow Room Cedarburg, and Moran South Milwaukee. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 plus. Void where prohibited.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Breaking Bucks news on ESPN Milwaukee. The Bucks are taking offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. React to the news here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Well, so much for Wonelli. Instead, breaking news from the National Basketball Association and Shams Charania of ESPN.
Oh, baby, now this is some breaking news.
The Milwaukee Bucks are open for business on trade calls and offers for two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, entering the NBA Draft Combine and over 6 weeks away from the draft, league and team sources told ESPN. There is expected to be a robust market for Antetokounmpo, and ownership and front office officials expect to maintain their trade deadline asking price for a young blue chip talent and or a surplus of draft picks, sources said. Tausch, no blank.
Not shocked, and I think all of this conversation, Giannis last week, kind of past tensing things. I don't think anybody's shocked. This is kind of how things have unfolded, and I think from the Bucks standpoint, it's great to have Giannis. He's been, as we've said it numerous times, doesn't need to even be said, but it does. He's given everything to this city. He's brought us a championship, and if this is the road he wants to go down, I have no hard feelings. I think kudos, work it out and get the haul. Now, if he starts dictating where you can send him, that's when things will get interesting, because if I'm the Bucks, I'm not doing that. But if I'm another team, I'm not giving anything up if I don't have him for the next 4 or 5 years, which is signing this Supermax. So signing Giannis to a Supermax and then trying to find a way to get the team to be – we just saw that this year. We were all, they're doing everything. They, flexed out Dame and they brought in old boy and all this, and it just was a disaster. So I'm good with moving along. I think this is the right move, and now's the hard part. Finding the right team that's going to give you the right assets back that you can reset, because you're never going to find another Giannis. That is not happening. It's a matter of, can you find enough young talent that you can start building on something? And I think our fan base would be completely fine if that is indeed the case, and I'm sure it will be.
The Washington Wizards won the lottery. They have the number 1 overall pick. Jimmy
we're not
Haslam.
taking Anthony Davis for him. We're not going to Doncic it. We're not interested in a Doncic trade.
Jimmy Haslam has said publicly and privately, per Shams, that the Bucks will work with Antetokounmpo in the coming weeks on an outcome that is best for both sides.
I'm more interested in it being good on our side.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
The Jimmy Haslam part of this is, I think, concerning. I mean, seems like he is stepping up, and how's that work down in Cleveland now?
As you mentioned last offseason,
I think Myles Garrett to the Packers as part of this trade is something that we should at least entertain.
Outside the box, love it.
Let's entertain it. Could you imagine Myles and Micah? We would give up Lucas Van Ness for that, right?
And Giannis.
Giannis and Lucas Van Ness for Myles Garrett. And, I mean, they're talking about the Cavaliers are one of the teams that they're saying that was the rumor last week. I don't even know who the dude is that they're the bigger guy. I don't even know who it is that they were thinking about bringing.
But you know their coach is Kenny Atkinson.
We'll give up the Greek Freak and Hercules for Myles Garrett.
What a
Jesse,
world that somehow plays out that way.
It's not going to play out that way.
I think there's
no, it won't, but it could.
I think there's 3 teams, depending on how some things play out in the playoffs, that the Bucks can make a nice little road trip to call first and hang out with and see what they want to do. I'd start in San Antonio. I'd work up to Oklahoma City, and then I'd sprinkle Houston in there at some point. Maybe those directions don't make sense. San Antonio, Houston, Oklahoma City. Those are the
NBA.
Those are the 3 that have young, talented players who the Bucks with Taylor Jenkins could quickly turn things around, that are looking, well, Oklahoma City not so much, but they're going to be in a situation where they have to pay everybody pretty soon. Houston can't get over the hump. That's the one that's really interesting. And San Antonio, depending on how it plays out with Wemby, you're not obviously going to get Wemby, but if you can get some of those other talented players around him, if they think pairing those 2 works.
So do we trust Jesse's insights over Shams?
No.
I don't.
No.
Did he give us a list?
Because Shams has a list in the story.
Oh,
well, let's hear
great. Who's on Shams' list?
And none of the teams that Jesse just said are mentioned in his story.
Okay.
Well,
who's in Shams' list? We'll compare the list, just like we did with Moms.
I'd be interested in a poll. Do you trust me or Shams more from our fans? That's a real interesting decision people would have to make.
Multiple teams expected to pursue Antetokounmpo this offseason, such as the Golden State Warriors with the 11th pick and the Miami Heat with the 13th pick, received their lottery picks to solidify potential offers. The NBA playoffs represent another landmark point for the Antetokounmpo sweepstakes. Sources said postseason teams such as the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tausch, you said that, the Boston Celtics, the Knicks, and the Los Angeles Lakers.
I don't want Austin Reeves for Giannis. And I don't want I'm trying to think who the Timberwolf is that they were talking about giving up. This can be a tough pill to swallow when this happens. Like, we can all sit here and say it. It's like when Ted Thompson said, all that's is great till you have to put pen to paper on something and get rid of, not even arguably, the greatest Milwaukee Buck ever, and he still has some, I don't know if he's got elevator years left, but he's still got some really good basketball ahead of him if he can stay healthy. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
Indeed it is. So there you go. That is the breaking news from the NBA. How do you think this gets done before the draft?
Yes. Yep.
That's what Jimmy said.
What did Shams say?
Well, it's again further down in the story. He says, and he's quoting rival executives. believe that Antetokounmpo's desired teams will have the largest factor in his trade destination. The conversation will be simple. Where does Giannis want to be moved, and where will he sign long-term? So maybe it's not going to be as uncomplicated as we think. I'm curious to see how that plays out. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Breaking Bucks news on ESPN Milwaukee. The Bucks are taking offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. React to the news here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strofe. A couple of months ago, I knew one thing for sure. I had the girl. What I didn't know was what came next. Luckily, a friend of mine told me about the team at Robert Hack Diamonds and the job they do, getting you from knowing you have the girl to down on one knee. I had never been through this process before buying an engagement ring. I had an idea of what she wanted. She'd sent me pictures of some hints and some ideas, but I wanted it to be special and different, and that's where Robert Hack Diamonds came in. They created my fiance's dream ring, and it made that moment, that yes, that much more special. So if you, like me, know you've got the girl but don't really know what comes next, go see the team at Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, and 2 in Brookfield, north and south. Their custom jewelry is made on site, lab-grown options, natural diamond options, and all the in-betweens. Stop in today or visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com. That's Robert Hack, H-A-A-C-K, diamonds.com. And after you get that yes, like me, you'll say, heck yeah, thanks to Robert Hack Diamonds.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 35 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continued to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Breaking Bucks news on ESPN Milwaukee. The Bucks are taking offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. React to the news here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Tausch, will you root for Giannis wherever he's playing next?
Sure.
Jesse?
Yes.
I think everyone will.
Unless it's the Pacers.
That may change things. All right. Well, we will talk more about this developing story tomorrow, and we'll have coverage throughout the day across ESPN Wisconsin. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town.